There we go. All right.
You have it? All right. Cool,
and
cool.
now you're doing that. Okay, so she's doing.
So wait for Amber to come back up here, but yeah, we'll go ahead and. Anyway, Lydia, do you have the link ready? Oh,
hey!
right.
Can you guys hear us?
Okay, coming back.
Huh.
Good.
I don't know how to. Hey guys. Anyway, we're having a few little audio issues here.
We promise we're not drunk.
Yeah.
Yet. Give us a minute.
Behind the scenes, yeah. a little inner workings going on here.
Remind me in the future we'll do the test for the sound first.
Okay, alright. Yeah!
All right, guys. Hail and well met. Make yourselves comfortable here at the Triangle Table Tavern.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah! Take
For
two!
another fine episode of Welcome to Tremahia.
Bang, bang!
First and foremost, the drink of the night, glittering gold.
That's right.
Adam, you want to tell them what's in it?
Well,
first
things first. I think that this was inspired by our lost gold from last week.
Mm-hmm.
And bear with me because I'm popping open some champagne right now, so don't worry if you hear a loud...
Some sparkling cider,
That.
of course.
You do that.
I mean, of course, yeah. Sparkling cider and anything else that you might want. Sparkling cider. And you might... Sorry, ignore the mustache. As you might notice, we are absent one Senor Guillermo Dorado tonight. So, in his honor, we are all wearing mustaches. Except mine will not stick on my face because I already have a little mustache. So I am wearing it on my nose. Now, basically what this is this is a nice little combination. It's a glittery, I don't know if you can see it right now. But it's a glittery combination. See, I'm not the only one. Of it is Saint Germain's. It is a little couple extra dashes of other things that I'll tell you about in a little bit. And most importantly is luster dust, which is the trick to making all of that really cool looking, like Vinique stuff that seems as if it is going to swirl and be magical all on its own.
There you go.
I literally have a coffee stirrer as part of the debris that you're supposed to be, but I'm not using it, so boom.
Putting it to good use. So, yep. So there you have it. It takes a little bit of a stir, and it's very... Oh, you want some too? All right, fine. But it is a fun one, and it's a very nice drink that makes a big splash on New Year's as well. So
Good to know.
Yay, it's done.
I haven't spilled on you yet. All right.
That is an important
Thank you.
Man, it's just there. How do you people with giant mustaches deal with this?
Yeah, Guillermo. How do you do this?
All right, so continuing on. Emotes. Emotes in the chat. Now, this brings us to kind of our next point, which is Twitch Prime. And why does that kind of correlate? Well,
Almost.
we're 3 subs away from 10. And if we get the 10th sub, we will actually have 2 emotes. to be
3
used.
subs
3 subs
away
away.
from 10?
3 subs away from 10.
How many subs is that we have right now total?
That would
We already
be
had
7.
the math episode.
Let's spend 15 minutes. Yeah, so we're 3 subs away, guys. And again, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. You just have to activate it. Go through your settings and all that. There is a link that'll be posted up in chat. We're trying to get 2 emotes going right off the bat, and the first one is obviously the triangle. The second one is the hashtag DFMG. So you can actually use that, hopefully, if it gets approved. It'll be used, or you're able to use it in other chats. So if you're watching the other D&D channel type of streams and whatnot, you can post it in there whenever they flub a roll, and they curse me as they are wont to do. All right. So guys, but here's a push though. If we do get 10 subs by tonight, we will have a drawing for the Mats by Mars. It's a full $20 code. If you go to matsbymars.com and use that code, it'll just basically take 20 off your entire order, or you can go ahead and use that code for any of the 2x2 mats. The ones that we use currently are 2x2. So if you ever see the map cam as it's kind of zoomed in on all the action there, we're using the Mats by Mars mats. So
Yeah.
anyway, so the other sponsor for tonight is Cantrip Candles.
Yay,
And
Cantrip Candles!
This one is A Walk in the Woods. I'm going to inhale deeply.
Watch your
Again,
mustache.
it's very difficult with the mustache. He does great work over there.
Do you want to just hog it all to yourself?
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah, pass it
All
around.
right.
Come on, share.
Puff, pass. But all right, guys. So again, if we do push for 10 subs tonight, we'll have that giveaway. So we'll have it. I don't know when we're gonna hit it, if we're gonna hit it at all. But just know that we put a lot of work into this every week. Every one of us puts a lot of work into it, and hopefully it shows. We're trying to do better each week. We're trying to have more production value going forward, so more money towards us will help that in the long run.
Yeah.
This whole equipment wasn't cheap. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty.
Is that part of the debris?
It is now.
It's a buoy.
Yeah. Alright. Recap. So, to begin, Muggsy was found running around back and forth, disrobed. Not because of perversion. I wrote that in there mainly to dissuade anyone at home watching. It's not. But because 3 sailors questioned what the construct was all about. They made perception checks on their own, and they gathered that it was essentially some kind of magical being, and they wanted to kind of have their fun with it.
But they didn't perceive that they were stupid.
The captain of the Firewind, Captain Riley, got involved, and he threw the 3 sailors in the brig, which is the ship's jail cell.
Well deserved.
Later on that day, they spotted a dragon turtle, or what they thought was a dragon turtle, a large mound way off into the north, about 1,000 feet away or so. They kept quiet for a very long time, hoping that either one, the dragon turtle would not notice, or would turn around on its own and go on away.
And ran away like little girls.
And over that period of time, they eventually did. They made their stealth rolls, and they were able to squeak by without any kind of notification for the dragon turtle itself. Captain Riley then asked Trixie and all to go downstairs, or to his cabin, and talk about the gold, about the deal that was made prior to leaving the port of Quintessa.
It was a very short and easy ordeal.
Very short and easy
Very little
ordeal,
math. Very
of
little
which I have. And yes, Cody, you're correct, so thank you for that.
Go Cody.
Well, I had the
That's
numbers
our man.
after the fact, and then I looked on the wiki, I'm like, just to see if you would have it there, and sure enough, he did. The full math and all that.
Good man. Good man.
So it's there, yes. 240 gold for the adventurers.
Do we get
and
to
then
write that down now?
It's not each. We'll have to divide it.
It's not each, and it is in. He gave it to you in a chest, by the way. So that has kind of been yet to be given to you fully, but it has been portioned off and set forth. So,
We only have 240 gold between us?
but
Yeah.
there
We didn't
there
do it
are
till
there are magical weapons that you guys have now too. That was part of that deal where he gave you half, basically, of the total sum.
And each of them was 500 with the exception of the ring, which was 250.
Correct. You gave
I take
Captain
notes.
Riley of you give Captain Riley the sword of Belina. And all right, and later on the next day, Don Ash decided to have a little throwdown with Ondo, and that was entertaining to say the least. And well, it turns out we have 10 subs, guys. Yeah.
Wow!
Well, hot damn!
Well, so
Dude, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
so
Holy
awesome,
cow.
cool. We're gonna go ahead and our moderators are gonna get that info for you out there. We're gonna do a random drawing, so keep active in chat. That's really important, guys, because the little bot that does all that stuff takes into account of you guys typing in chat or not. So if you guys are just passively watching, it's not gonna count you into the running. So keep that in mind. All right.
You guys are awesome.
Yes, thank you guys. Are awesome. Freaking awesome. All right. Again, Donish had a bout with Ondo, resulting in a somewhat of a tie, although Ondo was a little worse for wear, and as well as Donish. So they both kind of ended on good terms. It was a friendly battle anyway. A few people bet on Donash and Ondo, and were losing bets. And
Money
bet
was
on
exchanged.
Donash.
Yeah.
Captain Riley bet on Donash.
Very
And
surprising.
for the most part, it seems like the crew was more impressed with the fact that Ondo was bleeding at all. So that was, in their eyes, a win for Donash. Later on, the next day, the bell rings, and they're alerted. They all go up on deck if they're not there already. And you hear the murmurs of the sailors as they point out various bits of wood and crates floating by, debris spread over who knows how long there. And they see a dead body floating. And that's where we pick up.
Just one dead body?
You see one currently.
So far.
I was only one. That's okay.
It's good to have a Malthea back.
I'm gonna take this off. Oh, wow.
Your mustache makes you look like one of the villains from Sailor Moon. I'm just saying.
I don't know if I can do that.
I can't actually
No.
see what
I
mine
just,
looks
I
like.
mean, this just confirmed.
You look fantastic.
This would just confirm that I have a unibrow.
Is this?
It really doesn't do anything. All right,
This is a good look for us guys.
everyone, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
All right, first roll of the night.
Oh, that was terrible.
22.
That's pretty
I
good.
perceive things.
23.
23.
5.
12. Oh hey, I still got umbrellas from last week.
Of course you do.
Will they still fit today's theme? Of course they would.
Yes, they do.
It's lovely.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh, there you go.
Boom.
Mustachioed Muggsy.
It just looks like two mouths. I'll leave it there. All right.
It's got a mustache too.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, if you need a
dashing.
place to put Muggsy, I have his seat right over here. We'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Steal it for you.
Currently, Muggsy is down below, as is tradition. You don't really want him up there anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Ondo will go ahead and roll his perception. Oh, sorry. Ada will. Only Ada will. Okay. I'm sorry. No, initiative. That was. Oh, no, that was perception. So we have.
My dice got what I want.
Okay. Hylene and Amalthea.
Yeah.
You all see, off in the distance ahead of you, there are more bodies floating out. They're further out there. And your ship is kind of maneuvering somewhat around these random particles, the debris of floating planks of wood, these crates, and then occasional sail canvas is kind of just floating there. But off again in the distance, about maybe 50 feet ahead of you, you start to see more bodies laying face down in the water. There is one, though. You both see it. There is one that is face down on a wooden plank. You see the other dead bodies ahead of you, but you don't see anything beyond that. You are taking note just beneath the bow of the ship, right where you're at, off the would be the port side. The crates floating by, empty for the most part, but still able to float.
Guys, I think there's been a shipwreck.
Yes,
Clearly.
Captain Obvious.
Do you see anybody? Any bodies? Sorry.
Yeah, I see.
There's a man. Could be alive.
On the plank.
Jack.
Yeah, we should just try and fish him out.
Nice.
See, he fits on the door.
He does fit on the door, damn it. All right. Well, do we have life preservers?
Nope. Those wouldn't have been
I'm just
invented.
gonna say, I don't know if they exist.
No ghosts. I don't feel like getting wet. Can we throw him a rope or something? Is he close enough?
I don't know where is.
We have a little rowboat, right? Maybe someone can go out
You have a longboat. Actually, you have
Yeah.
two longboats that belong to your ship. They're typically in the back section, the aft portion of it. When they get lowered down, they're kind of brought closer towards the middle, but for the most part, they're on the aft side. So you do have them.
lifeboats.
Yeah, I think I believe I mentioned 5 humanoids can fit in about one, or
Well, that's
2 humanoids and one on
There's more than 10 of us. This is going to be like a Titanic.
What?
Do you guys want to
Go
go?
get the guy? Yeah, let's do it.
Right.
I'm down.
Can I scan the horizon for what may have done this to this ship?
Roll, just roll. No advantage, no disadvantage. Just
That's kind.
That's a
I mean,
18.
I'm just barely. He did barely put it up. Oh, there he goes. 18. Okay,
18.
so you have both eyes open, and you're no fool, but you're still kind of letting the rest of the crew only see the one
They
side that
think
has-
it's a fancy spyglass.
They think it's a fancy spot.
Damn it.
All right. you now see various other dark shapes in the water there. A few more planks of wood, a few more traits, and then as your eyes begin to focus on the hot day there, the bright sun glinting off the waves, you can barely see other bodies, and so you begin to see what they were talking about, that one plank where one body is currently on.
Guys, I think we're going to need a bigger lifeboat. Looks like there might be a couple more out there.
Are they alive?
I don't know.
On the
Can't tell.
planks or just in the water?
I think some of them are floating in the water. At least one of them is on a plank, though. I think I saw Jack. That's what we're calling him, by the way. He's
Okay,
Jack.
sounds good. Well, we take a boat out and
That sounds good.
Lady Optra, should I have a moment to remove my armor?
Yeah,
So I don't
of
bleed?
course.
Okay.
It looks like they've been here for a little while already. I don't think we're in a huge rush.
Can
Taking off your armor will take, I believe, 10 minutes.
I assist her with that to speed it up a
Sure,
little bit?
sure.
That's an ordeal.
Dolphin armor.
I mean, you trust me,
That's
right?
fair.
We're cool. We're good.
I think we're gonna be okay.
All right, that's right.
And then I'll leave.
Figured.
All right, turn around. All right, and I'll help her unfasten all the buckles.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you a while, but I would say maybe like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
You're able to take off the full armor. You're still floating there. The other ship, the Spirit of Quintessa, is about maybe 100 to 150 feet away currently, still in the same debris field, but has also kind of slowed down. They're lowering their sails a little bit. They're also scanning the horizon every now and then, calling out to the sailors on your ship. So there's a little bit of communication going on. More of the signals that you saw earlier.
No, my signal.
You're one and only.
Okay, but it doesn't look like they're trying to take this opportunity to sail away, right?
No,
Good. Okay.
no. The admiral is in command currently. You can see him at the. Actually, he's currently helming the ship itself. He's holding on to the wheel. So.
Okay. Well, in that case, do we want to find ourselves a lifeboat or two?
yeah, let's do it. How many of us are going in the lifeboat? Lady Optra, are you going or are you staying
No, I'll stay on the ship. I think we need more room for people on the boat.
Agreed.
Is there anyone? Oh, I'll go with you. Is there anyone else in the crew? Do you think that we can take?
Well, how many
So-
people? We can only fit 5 people. in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
that's
think
true.
the
then
fewer
I
the
think-
better.
Okay, then the two of us should be fine.
So.
Us two or you and Jingles? Jingles needs to go. Look.
What
It's
now?
getting wet.
Well, I was thinking about just as far as, who can lift people out of the water the easiest. I'm probably not the best pick for that, so
It doesn't make it as well as well.
Don Ash does want to.
So you don't want to go?
I am probably best at spotting the people and pointing you towards them.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you wanted to go. That's why I was like,
No,
should
should I go?
Got
Should I
it.
go?
I
Is it
think we- I
heroic
think
to
we're
go?
good.
I feel like it's heroic to
It would
go.
be
So
heroic.
Don Ash
It
will
is,
will
but
want to
you'll get
go.
wet.
Donna?
Can I-
Don Ash wants to go.
Can I rock, paper, scissors, Don Ash?
Your wolf is there too, up on deck.
Well, should we
You.
take 2 lifeboats then?
I think we should take 2.
I think
Right,
so. Do
okay.
you think that Camille be able to help drag people out of the water?
Possibly.
Is she a good swimmer?
Oh, she can doggy paddle.
Swim speed, I believe, is only 20 or so.
And the sea's not like rough, right? It's not like storming right now.
No, I mean it's the stormy clouds are off to the north now, far north. You guys, the hurricane has kind of like gone in a northward direction, almost hugging the coast itself, somewhat. So right now, there are white clouds, puffy clouds up around you, cumulus clouds, to put our actual fine point in it. But the waves are
Science.
not too rough. I mean, again, it was kind of hard to notice the debris field anyway because of the cresting waves. They would go up about, I want to say maybe like a 5-foot swell.
Okay.
So it's rough, but not you're not talking about stormy weather. Type
This
of
isn't Alaska crabbing weather. Okay.
That's good crap.
All right, then let's grab 2 boats and
So, are you going with them?
yes, it sounds like it's the heroic thing to do.
Okay, so you
So we have 2 boats.
technically
I'll
you
boss you from the ship.
Ada's gonna go with you guys there. So you have
So who's in
Pilot.
these boats?
It's you four, Trixie aside, and then Ada on this one
Okay.
currently.
But
And then-
don't you want? Yeah, you won't have any room for people, so you want to do like 2 and 2.
Yeah,
right?
if we can do two, if we can do 2 and 2, I feel like that would be
It
ideal.
would be 3 and 3, right? Since Ada and Donash.
I can ride my cork.
How many people did you see out in the ocean? Was 4 enough?
How many people?
Well, there was one that was on the plank that we
Yeah,
think
Jack on the plank,
was
and then
most likely to be alive, and everyone else, if they're floating in the water, they're not likely to be alive.
that's a good point. So we'll go to Jack first because he's probably alive.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So would you say like half a dozen people?
Give or take. I mean, it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a to-do here. It's not
mean,
just like a quick...
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to go.
You are far stronger than most of the other people that we could be taking.
Okay.
So I think that you and Hylene are pretty much definite choices, and obviously I have the ability to do magic stuff. So
Right. Yes.
obviously you'll want me
Lifted
along.
from the water.
So I think that makes sense. And maybe does Don Ash want to captain the other lifeboat?
Sure. Donash and Ada will go on the other boat.
Since they seem to like each other so much.
And I'm
Who was
gonna
that?
take my. I'm gonna bring my mace and my shield just in case.
So, I don't have an actual other boat. So,
This
We can ride this guy.
That's good.
all right, perfect. I'll can I either
Looks like
suggest
boat
that
meeting.
guy, or
Perfect.
I may or may not have boats in here. I do actually.
Ooh. The handy dandy
That's why I
DM.
have them.
Oh.
Wow.
Nosy.
This is if I couldn't get the actual boats.
That's super cool. Can you show us all of these things? Is that a giant lobster?
Kind of.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm glad we
All
did
right,
that.
dibs on the lobster.
A little raft.
You haven't had
We
enough
have
crab.
a large longboat. Looks like a Taiwanese type of a boat there.
There we
Looks
go. That
fine,
looks like a
yeah.
pretty
Oh, I
yeah.
know this.
These are larger here. But
It's
yeah,
just
we
the
even
front.
have anyway.
Yeah, we'll just take half a boat. That's fine.
let me grab the.
Don Ash doesn't care.
No, it's just to illustrate a quick.
All right, that's way too big. But oh.
It looks good better.
Beautiful.
It's just so big. It's a longboat, I swear. Okay. All right. So everyone, now that you're in the water and you're rowing, everyone make a perception check.
Does that not include me since I'm not in the boat rowing?
19.
Yes, it does not
Well.
include. Correct.
11.
19, 12, 11. Hylene, as you're looking out off to the ocean there, you're looking at the bodies that are you're going towards primarily. But off in the distance, you see something just like one of the crates kind of bounce a little bit, and then
Guys, be on alert. There was something out there in the water.
Maybe that's a good time to mention I don't do sharks.
I didn't see a fin. I just saw something with a crate. So
That's half Adam, half Jingles.
Translating that into
one of the crates out there in the water just moved. So just be alert, be aware as we're rescuing people that there might be something in there.
Deal. I would like to conjure dancing lights. I'd like to
okay.
my couple little fireflies.
All right.
Is it dark?
It's not
It's
dark,
not dark.
but I feel like it might help us if I duck them below the surface of the water. It might help illuminate a little bit better. So
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because you're dealing with such a large light source from above you. The lights, you can see them, but they don't illuminate so much as you can see them now underneath the water. So, I mean, when you get closer to an object, it does illuminate the bottom of it, but then, you know, as you're passing by it, it begins to fade away. So you maybe have like, maybe 20 feet of bright light illumination around that.
and is that if I like coalesce them into a single?
Yeah. dancing lights, right?
Yeah, dancing lights. So
That might be the
is-
range already, to be honest.
Yeah, I
white
think
light.
it's 4 torch-sized lights, dim light within a 10-foot radius. I can move the lights, and then I can
dim
coalesce
light
them
only.
into a. When I coalesce them, I think they become a bigger light, but I can double check on that.
Okay. I want to say I have it here, but no, it's not here. Here it is.
Dancing lights.
So you can move them up to 60 feet in a new spot within range. It just says. No, it just says 10-foot radius. All right.
Wow. That's a shame.
So yeah, it gets obscured by the ocean water. You just begin to dip them down.
Good try.
Yeah.
It says you can,
Okay.
you can combine
That's
them
fair.
to like a humanoid form.
Yeah, but it
of
doesn't
medium
extend
size,
the
but it doesn't-
light.
no,
Okay.
it does not.
That's fair. Well,
Whichever,
guys.
it's literally whichever form you choose, it only sheds 10-foot radius. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, I thought that was going to be a little bit more impressive than it was, so I'm just going to let that go, and I'll let my fireflies fizzle.
Ada is going to wait. You can see her holding a little piece of grass there, and she's going to wait until you guys get closer to the body.
She's gonna one up you, and you're gonna know how it feels.
She is such a hippie. Okay, alright. I've got ideas. If she tries to one-up me, I've got plans. But yes, stroke! Stroke! Stroke!
So everyone else besides you has an
Who's
oar.
rowing, actually? Okay.
Well, currently, I would imagine if you're there, if only 3 of you are there, then it's Amalthea and Highlander. That's rowing. If he's saying stroke and pointing, and in the other boat, it's Ada and Donash there as they're rowing their boat closer. So you guys eventually make it a little bit closer through the debris field there, and you know your hidden crates and whatnot. With your previous. I'm going to say spot check, perception check, you notice that the body does appear to be somewhat lifelike. Like there is a little bit of
So he's mostly dead.
he's mostly.
Okay.
He looks unconscious, but there is a little bit of breath in him.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet!
Right. So let's try and get him in.
All right. Yes.
So can we?
So Jingles, I'm gonna leave my shield and my mace near you,
Okay,
just
alright.
in case.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Who's pulling the body up?
Me and you, right?
Yeah,
We're
so-
gonna reach over and try and.
Like,
Okay. All right.
it's easier with 2.
As
One on
you
each.
do this,
Oh,
you guys
God.
all you're hoisting your bodies onto the rim of the boat there, and you're preparing yourselves to lean over. Just then, a very, very dark green form comes up, grabs onto the body, and begins to pull it down.
Dark green form, as in...
Like a monster.
The face
Like a
you
hand
saw,
or... Okay.
the face you saw come up.
Let's
Let me see if I can't.
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
If I
I'm
can,
not giving up my
is like
treasure.
this.
Wait.
It's
Oh, is that a
an
freaking eel?
What is that eel?
No, gross.
There's
Oh,
another sea hag.
Oh.
Sea hag.
oh.
The mouth was huge though.
Okay.
It was massive.
How far away are they?
You are currently so the boat now is
Looks
I want to
about
say
a square and a half.
I want to say you guys are now you on the boat are now about 50 feet away from the current boat, and you're currently the firewind is currently I'm going to say 150 feet away from the firewind. The spirit of the
Okay, I was gonna say, do we have a new boat?
I don't know. Should we abort mission?
I think we need to let everybody know that there's something here.
Did the eel legit just take the dude?
Just took the dude.
Jack!
Did I know?
I think.
Uh,
go ahead and make a perception check.
Sorry, but his heart is not going to go on.
15.
Okay.
natural 20. Oh, sorry, that wasn't even for me.
You see,
I sense something.
you saw the eel come up and grab the body and pull it under. So with 16, you were able to, or 15, you were able to notice something has gone.
Something's happened.
Something's happened over there. You're not entirely sure. It was kind of like a weird. It's far away, so it's a little bit of a blur.
Okay.
Don't worry, you hear Jingles screaming like a little girl.
I
Yeah.
always hear Jingle screaming like a little girl.
Did
anything.
does it look like Don Ash and Ada saw whatever was in there?
Don Ash. Yeah, Don Ash did see it. Ada saw it for sure. You couldn't miss it. All of you saw it on the boat there. The waters begin to kind of, again, they're still moving, but no movement for a long time.
Okay.
And then you hear off towards your north, and you see a hand waving.
How far away is it?
It's about 50 feet away.
Go, 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 go. Is it in the water?
He looks like he's holding onto a barrel, and he's kind of like kicking with his feet.
Good. We're coming. Go, 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 go.
Everyone roll.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, God.
As the dragon eel has surfaced once again.
Dragon turtles, dragon eels.
You watch as you're paddling towards this new body, or one that is alive. A new body for you to.
He's dead before we get to him.
You notice that it's pulled another dead body out down under with it, over off to the side there. It's not really systematic or anything, but it seems like it's just grabbing them and pulling them down now. 7.
I got a 6.
Got a 16 over here.
17.
You thought you did that.
17 on the ship. All right.
Yes, right.
16?
I'm gonna be so helpful.
16.
16.
And there was a 7 and 5.
6.
6.
Guys, we gotta hit it on the nose.
Yes. Hit
Boop
it on the
nose.
Bop it right on the nose.
Yes.
I take out my parasol with a vengeance.
What does your parasol do?
Shades me from the sun. It's very hot outside right now.
Warns his enemies that he's
Yes.
fabulous.
Number one cause of death for shipwreck victims, I'm pretty sure, is exposure. So,
That's a good.
yeah, I ain't getting burned today. Alright.
Dragon eel.
Good boy.
All right.
Alright, I think I've got an idea.
What's that?
So Trixie, you're technically up first because of your high initiative.
Awesome. You said that I kind of noticed something.
Yeah, and
I'm assuming
technically,
I heard the guy.
the range you're at currently is still within 120 feet. So
That's what I'm
yeah.
banking on. I am going to ready an Eldritch Blast for
You got it.
whatever pops up out of the water. If it looks bad and not like a human. I'd like to specify that.
Boom!
Right
Yeah,
back up.
okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the Dungeon Master's not that mean. Okay, ready action, you got it. Jingles.
Okay. We're 50 feet away from the guy.
About 50 feet away from it. And
Excellent.
give or take, your boat is probably 20 feet per movement, per round.
Perfect. That's actually perfect. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold my action until our boat gets within 30 feet of that guy. And
Okay.
I'd like to hold a Tensor's floating disc. And I would like to cast that underneath the dude because we figured out that the disc floats on water. So I'd like to cast it underneath the guy.
Okay.
So that it kind of pops him up out of the water and gives a little barrier.
Does tensors react with other objects, as in, can someone try to knock it?
I think
No.
somebody can. It's a force plate, so I'm assuming that it acts as a solid object, so it
Yeah.
can probably get knocked
It'll be just
around.
like a little force field.
But it's it's like a little
Okay.
force field
All
plate.
right.
So
When you say underneath the dude, you mean the dude on the barrel?
the dude on the barrel, yeah, and it can hold up to 500
Yeah,
pounds.
So right now, you guys are currently 50 feet away. So he would need one more round to get within 30.
Mhm.
Just keep that in mind. He's holding his action as well. Ada is going to go ahead And cast. Since you're going to be doing a concentration spell, she's going to give you inspiration, bardic inspiration,
Good. Okay.
which is going to be a D8. Sorry, D6.
She likes me.
And range of 30 feet. So she's going to hold her action as well until she gets within 30 feet of the guy before she casts another spell.
Mm-hmm.
At this moment, Helene, it's your turn.
Is the creature, has it surfaced or did it just go back
Has
to the
yet
water?
to surface. It just recently grabbed a body and pulled it down.
Okay, well I'm just gonna grab my shield and my mace and I'm gonna hold my action because I'm gonna need a whole lot we can do. Well, okay. I'm gonna hold it as much as I can while I'm rowing.
Okay, are you going to row?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll for me in athletics. Because that depends ultimately how well you get there.
Come on, I believe in you. This is why I had you guys row.
It's 19.
Okay, I was gonna have you roll with advantage because you're technically helping, but
Okay.
it's fine. Go ahead and roll. Roll athletics just because you're
Yeah.
next anyway. So
Only a 6.
okay, that's still enough. Only because she's taking care of
She-
it now.
It's just going a little crooked.
Could
Just
she roll advantage?
We're coming.
because
Oh
I'm
yeah.
her?
Good. Well, no. I was just having you both roll. So
Okay.
you guys get within. I'm gonna say. I'll say 15 feet. You guys moved 15 feet closer. Oh, I didn't roll for Donners.
Sorry.
He's at the end anyway.
Sorry.
All right, Amalthea. It is your turn. You're rowing, but do you wish to prep anything? Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, we can't see the creature at this moment. in time,
Currently, no.
right?
Currently, no.
I guess, well, I would like to put the hunter's mark on it once we do see
Okay.
it.
I'll have you do that then, and it's going to actually surface just right now. You can see it poke its head up and just do that, inching closer towards the body that you're after right now. It is currently over here.
Oh,
Does that mean
gross.
those of us who are ready to
Yep,
action?
ready to action. Go ahead and do so. You two anyway.
So is it so much? I don't know.
Yes, it's still your turn because I mean, your ready to action can go off right now. You
Yeah, it
have
happens
your
as a
Right.
reaction.
but
Yeah,
I
as a-
can't do like.
You
an
can't
action
attack it,
action.
correct? No. So you can cast your hunter's mark.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get that for you. Ready?
That's a big. This is a very big eel.
It is.
Is it kind of rubbery? Oh yeah, it's floppy.
It is. Yeah. Oh, it's perfect.
Is that also for a fishing?
This is where Gil gets all of his material from, the local aquarium shop.
It's perfect.
It is. It
No,
fits
that
really
that
well.
came from Michael's.
Michael sells the weirdest things.
They do.
Michael's one of my favorite stores.
That's one of mine too.
Partial Joanne's.
All right. It's got hunter's mark. Look at that.
It fits perfectly.
There it goes.
I rolled a 10.
To
Oh, I had a
attack.
10, yeah, total. doesn't
Okay.
hit.
No, it doesn't. It does not hit.
It's a 14 monster.
God, not another one.
It's actually
We're never gonna kill it.
okay. It is now Donish's turn. He's gonna see it. It poked its head up. He's gonna go try to roll and row.
Roll your
So plus his strength, which is probably pretty low.
Yeah, I think his. Oh, I thought you were trying to get it the
No.
guy closer. I was like, wait a second.
No.
We're trying to save him, Kristen.
The boat will move.
Just push those bodies out of the way. It's all good.
problem with it.
I mean, that's kind of what's going on. Is that there are bodies around you, and right now the guy who was on the barrel doesn't know that there's this giant eel, and he's kicking. He's trying to kick towards you, so he's making the most noise currently.
No! No!
Stop moving. Do you have like amplify or anything where you can yell?
Someday.
You're within. Now you're within. Oh no, not within.
Yeah, I'm not quite 30 feet.
Okay.
So I'm mad about that.
The dragon has already moved. Okay. It is Trix's turn. Oh, you already. Yeah, now it's your turn.
I'll do the same thing.
Okay, Eldritch Blast.
Is it poking its head out yet?
Yeah, it's currently it's got somewhat of most of its body out. You can see the fin. 15 will not hit.
What?
Damn, these
Not
guys
hit.
are
It
slippery.
is not a 14 monster. It's a 16 monster.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Just right over the little fin there, and he just sparks against the water.
Sneaky little sucker.
It is Jingle's turn. So
Ooh.
you're getting closer to the.
Still not within 30
still
feet,
not
though?
within.
How far is the eel?
It seems like it's about, I would say 50 feet away.
50 feet?
I thought we were. Oh, it's not by the barrel guy.
Okay.
Well, okay. Did I take him already? I
Yeah.
did take him. My bad. He was supposed to be
You
on
took our
a
barrel guy?
barrel. That's his barrel. He's just like, yay. I can move this netting over here now since you guys passed it.
Alright, so we are closer to Barrel Dude than the eel.
Yes. Correct. Well, okay. You're still within. You're 15 feet away, so I'm gonna move you back a little bit more now.
Okay.
And you're essentially, you guys are closer to it. You on your boat are closer than Dawn and Shanita.
Okay. Alright. I don't believe that judging by the last turn, the eel does not appear to be able to get to it before we do, right?
You're not entirely sure.
I'm gonna regret this in the morning. Alright. Jingles is going to run to the front of the boat.
Okay.
And do I have another 5 feet? before?
I'll give it to you. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, the boat is kind of moving closer as they're rowing.
Okay, alright. And I would like to lean over the very tip of the boat as far out as I
Right.
can get, and I would like to just
Okay.
and I
Go.
would like to summon a Tensor's disc.
You do so. And which one had?
Oh, I was gonna be super impressed if you actually had one, but
I do. I do.
Oh,
have
you
one.
do?
That's- I just gotta go find it.
because I was gonna say, if not, I've got an idea.
Jingles, be careful.
I'm gonna take the candle.
Oh wait, I've got coins.
Hey, that works.
D&D coins just for this occasion.
D&D coins, fancy. Those aren't our inspiration coins, right?
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna-
Well,
he's
if
gonna
we
be
rescue him,
missing
do
at
we
the
get to
end.
keep the coin? That was a
That
look.
was
Which one? 10 feet, right? Is it 10 feet?
Five. I think it's 5 feet.
Oh, then that's small.
Yeah, it's a wee little coin. All right.
No. Let's do this one. It's got my symbol on it.
Oh, there we go. Wow.
Wow.
So now both the barrel and the guy are on.
So as the tensor's fluidness comes, the water begins to pour off. He kind of instinctively, almost like he's catching onto the surface of the disc itself, and he drops the barrel. The barrel kind of rolls off into the water there and floats a little bit.
Stay on the disc.
He just gives you a nod.
Move.
Okay.
It's gonna try to eat you. Don't let go.
What are you
Don't
doing?
worry about it.
And you can see him kind of like try to grab onto nothing, but he's just like he doesn't even know what's going on. Now it's a physical. It's a you can see the disc, correct?
I don't think. I mean, it's force. So my guess
Okay.
is it's like
It's like a
shimmery.
magnet.
Yeah, it's like a shimmery
Okay.
It
object.
could be sparkly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sparkly. It has to be sparkly.
Alrighty. Alright, so
For anyone who didn't catch that, that's an hourglass coming out.
okay. You cast that, and it is now Ada's turn. She sees what you're doing. They're going to get a little closer themselves, and she also is going to go at the very, very edge, keeping an eye on the dragon turtle and casting water breathing on
Wait, that would be a dragon eel, right?
dragon eel.
No,
Just-
no.
What did I say? Did I
You
say
said
dragon turtle?
turtle. I just wanted to, audience to know that it is not a dragon turtle.
I did, didn't I? All right.
As he looks to his
I guess
box.
it's not an omen. We're fine.
So she's going to cast now a water breathing on everyone, including the guy who is on the disc, just in case. Excuse me. Okay, and that's going to end her turn. It is Highlander.
How far away is the eel?
From you, about maybe 80 feet or so. I don't know.
Okay, then I will.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I will
5, 50 feet.
continue to have my mace
50 feet
ready,
away.
and I will row.
Okay, continue rolling. Go ahead and make another athletics.
Athletics, I have 21.
21.
Yeah.
You get now within 5 feet of the guy there. Now, there's a 5 foot gap. Even you reaching out and him kind of leaning over, there's still like a little bit of a gap. So
Oh,
you're
that's
not
okay.
able to-
There is no way in hell I'm dragging him onto the boat. I've done my part.
Okay.
You can't like make him.
I will-
move or-
I can't. Once it's within 20 feet of me, it stops moving.
Oh, okay.
So,
So,
Malthael,
unfortunately.
it is currently your turn. You see the eel now kind of moving and slithering. The boat, for the most part, has kind of caught up to where the disc is, so there's not a whole lot of more movement. You can go ahead and use your normal action.
Well, I want to crossbow the.
Crossbow or longbow?
How far am I away?
You're close enough that either one won't really matter.
Okay.
But the longbow,
I think longbow does
a
better
better.
damage.
yeah.
Right. Cool. Alright. Wish me luck, you guys.
You can do it!
Did it work?
21.
Yeah,
That
girl,
hits.
that's what we're
Yes.
talking
That
about.
hits.
Okay, 1d8. That's
Don't worry, I have the same problem.
this.
1d20. I'm just glad you're not rolling your d20s when you're rolling your d12s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, at least this way, it's at least funny.
I still have, I have 6 of these arrows left.
You do.
Oh,
so
snap.
I'm gonna have
Nice.
Lightning arrows on the eel.
1d10 lightning
Ooh, he's
damage.
in water, so
We're
that's-
having Vegas rolls tonight.
So far,
Okay.
it's 5 plus 4 is 9.
Yes.
And then
9 damage.
plus this is 2. And then plus 1 extra d6 for the hunter's mark. Right?
Okay.
Which is another 5.
Okay. You notice it sinks in to the side of it. The spark goes off, but doesn't seem to have the same effect as the actual physical damage that you've done with the thing. You're thinking that maybe electricity doesn't do anything to him. Lightning damage doesn't really do anything.
Damn eels. Oh
Yeah.
shit, they're electric eels.
Yeah.
However,
I'm glad I'm not wearing my metal armor.
Extra.
Yeah, right.
For many reasons.
Okay.
Stay out of the water.
It is the dragon eel's turn. It's going to get up to here now. It's going to attack Ada with a bite.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. I don't wish that. It was just-
15.
Chico's, are you and I the only two who don't have a beef against Ada?
I think she's pretty cool.
I'm just like completely indifferent.
She gave me
Yeah.
inspiration. I don't know why everyone's hating on
Donna
her.
really likes her too. I think it's just us.
That's why I don't like her, because Don Ash likes her. That's the only reason.
I don't like her because she's a show off.
Yeah, she took your cool little abilities that you stole.
15,
That you have it
15
backwards.
will hit
She's still-
Ada. And it's going to be...
That's my perception.
I don't even have this
Did you
many.
just say 4d8?
4d8. I don't even have this much dice.
Oh my god. Yikes.
Well, now I see why the ship is destroyed.
Yeah, it just bit it and it died.
13 damage to Ada.
Oh, that would have legit almost killed me.
You need to stay in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
Jingles
You
is
need to be like- you
slowly
need to be
pulling
like
his
in the
hand back
middle of the
inside.
boat.
There's actually a really low roll on its part too.
God.
So
Wow.
she got hit, and the tail's gonna go ahead and whip against Donash. I assume that's gonna hit because that's a 21. I don't actually have Donash's stuff on me, but
That hits.
Oh.
that's going to be 5d8,
5d8 for the
5d8.
tail?
12.
Well, I was gonna say stay away from the
19.
pointy end, but apparently
Why does this team also get to go twice?
he's got his like bite,
Bite
and
tail
his
and
tail.
his tail. Yeah, his bite and the tail attack. That is
Yikes.
16 damage to him. I don't know what his maximum health is.
It's not much more than that, because I know he's got a little more than me, but not much.
I didn't heal him all the way last time. I think I only gave him like 10. Because
Oh,
he got,
crap.
He got beat up by
Oh, that's right.
Hondo.
That's true.
If anyone...
But wasn't he healed? Didn't you heal?
I healed him, but I only gave him, I think, 10.
Oh,
I only
and it
gave him
hasn't
10
been a
gold.
full. Whoops.
Yeah, so
Okay,
if anybody happens
Because I
to know
assumed
that
he was
one,
going to get I assumed at the time he was going to get a long rest,
Yeah.
so I didn't use up all of my...
damn. Okay,
Okay,
yeah, that could
I'm
be.
going to say that then he goes down. He goes unconscious.
I have a healing potion on me.
Yes, you're currently not on the ship
No.
that he's on.
No.
So Ada's currently there.
Ada, please help him, I say.
Okay, all right. So it sounds like, according to our awesome,
Cody.
yeah, I believe that is Cody saying that we have got him at a maximum of 31 HP.
31, but he was down to...
But he was down to something.
He was down
Yeah.
to a lot. Meaning he took a lot of damage.
He got his AF handed to him.
In any case,
That's when you get
16
frustrated
damage
by
would
the
probably
That's a
take
lot
him,
of yeah.
take
Okay.
him out.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just gonna
fair.
say he's at 0.
Yeah.
Gonna call
He's
there.
filming a documentary right now, so
He's going to be so mad at us.
he's gonna be pissed off if we kill him.
Well, Ada's there. So, all right, the eel. Go ahead, and he's gonna roll. He's gonna roll something extra special. Okay. At this moment, now none of you are currently in the water, but you watch this thing just begin to almost like undulate within itself, and then you watch both of your boats rock from this weird power wave that is emanated from this eel, and you hear a scream off in the distance.
Oh,
You can't see it though.
Jack number 2.
Just slithering down, and it's gonna just dip underneath the surface just a little bit. It is now Trixie's turn.
Okay, I don't have a lot of options. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay, currently underwater, so you're gonna have.
So I will hold then.
Well,
Do I have? Oh.
Well,
sorry.
you have disadvantage, so you can still attempt to hit him.
No, I'm gonna hold until he
Okay.
pops out of the water. How is my line of sight okay?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Then I'll hold until he pops out.
Okay. It is now Jingle's turn.
Okay, all right.
Now the boat pretty much has, because of this, rocked closer towards the tensor's disc, and because it's stationary, you're able to get the guy on board. You're now within contact of it. He's going to try to actually, he himself is going to try to run and jump over.
Okay, so
He's
still
scared
alive.
shitless. He's
That's
fine.
good.
He's fine. He literally runs and
He was
jumps,
left alone
and he
with
just
the
kind of
screen.
crashes down onto the floor there.
Whoa! Wow.
He's not actually what he looks like today. I just needed a figure that didn't have a base. So.
Okay,
If anything, you know what? Now I'm going to use this guy.
just to mix it up.
Say, hello there, stranger.
He's coughing out some salt water there, and he's just kind of like breathing heavily. He's just kind of taking it easy. He actually is going to say, "What the devil was that?" And it is now Ada's turn. Ada's going to immediately.
Oh wait, did Jingles get to go?
Oh no, you didn't. Sorry.
That's right. Okay, all right. I
Like-
want to make sure. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. No, this thing's scurry. I am going to make sure that I'm back in the boat, and I'm going to stand directly in the center, and I'm going to kind of like measure from side to side, make sure I am directly in the center of the boat, as far away from any of the sides as I can be. And I'd like to hold my hand up into the air, and from it, I would like to spew forth a bunch of little magic missiles at second level.
Just out.
Just out because they automatically... Shit, I have to see it. Never mind.
You can.
see it.
You can.
I can see
You
it?
can. From where you're at, you see a shape underneath the water. You're going to because now.
Now, magic missiles automatically hit.
They
As
automatically
long as I can see it, they automatically hit. So I can
Yeah.
see its little
Then,
shadow?
yeah, I mean, yes, you can still
And that
see it.
sucker's gonna get some magic missiles to
Yeah,
the face.
I mean, that's
Alright.
that's the rules.
Thank you. Alright, so
Who do I
magic
blame?
missiles.
Is it Chris? Is it Chris Perkins?
Chris Perkins, or okay, so that is 3, 4, 8, 10, plus 1 for each missile, plus 10 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1 from spell search is 15 total.
15 damage total.
15 damage.
Right.
Roll on your table
Nice.
thing.
Oh shoot, that's right. Yes.
Yes, please.
All right, and that
By
is
the way, I
a.
would like to point out you have a dice
boy.
tray to roll dice in.
And just stop backseat driving.
What's
All right.
up?
All right, so now the spell surge table. Let's see, and that's a 2. All right, so I don't think a 2.
So he
does
hasn't
it.
rolled on it yet. It's just if he. gets
Oh,
the number,
okay,
then he
okay,
rolls
okay,
on it.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
You
So
got
it's just a 2 this time, so nothing happens this time. Unless you want it to, in which case.
I'm looking at.
Oh, if you turn into a puffer.
If you, I thought you said. I thought. No, nothing. That no. All right, cool. Good to know.
That to yourself.
Yeah.
It happens more often than the wild magic, but it's still not like every turn is the goal of the spell surge. So yeah. All right.
Okay. Alrighty. It is now Ada's turn. She's going to immediately go down here and cast Cure Wounds at a. Oh no. At a 2nd level. So Donash is going to heal 11 points. That's where I'm going to have him right now. He's going to kind of grab onto anything there, and Ada's going to hoist him back up with the rest of her movement, and it is now Highlander's turn.
Alright, well since it's an electric eel, not going in the water, but what I will do is I'm gonna come over to the edge just with my shield and just kind of park it there and hold my action in case it attacks, and hopefully it will be distracted by my shiny shield and not attack anybody else in my way.
Okay.
Yay.
So everyone get behind me.
Amalthea.
Done.
Now, again, you see a form underneath the water. But you're not sure. I mean, you can still shoot a bow if you wish. It's going to be a disadvantage though, but it's there.
A disadvantage. Well. Or what? Or I can hold it until
You can
it
hold
comes
until
out,
it, yeah,
so-
it may or may not come after you.
And it doesn't matter right now because we only get like 1 attack action. But later on, I think the ruling is that if you hold your attack action, you can only make 1 of those attacks. So if you can normally make like 2 attacks, I think you only get to make 1. So that's the disadvantage of holding your action.
Well, I only have like
But you only got 1 right now, so you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do that, and then we're rowing back towards the main boat, I assume, right?
Yeah, but currently no one is rowing.
Well,
You guys
can I-
have all your weapons out now, and no one is rowing.
So can I hold my action and roll or not?
I'm gonna say no because that's a full-on action. You're taking time to move the boat around and row. You're currently about maybe 100 feet away from the actual ship, so not what this distance is here. It's way back.
Just
We're
pretend
actually
you
back
can't
on
see
the other
boat.
side of the DM board.
Guys, what should we do? Should we go back to the main boat?
Well, this
I
thing
don't
is
think it's-
scary as crap, and I have no
Right.
desire to get eaten by it or zapped by it,
I'm
so...
gonna look over at the guy that we just pulled out of the water. How are you feeling, and can you row?
Good idea.
I mean, we've got an extra guy. We might as well use it.
Yeah.
He's scared shitless. He's gonna grab the oar. He's gonna try to at least just. He's moving
Okay.
the boat around currently.
Yeah.
That's
The
where
adrenaline will.
I'm gonna have him go
yeah.
on your initiative,
Carry him
Kristen.
All right. So I will have you. I'm gonna stay in my protective position. I'm gonna try to draw its attention so that it attacks me rather than
Sure.
anybody else.
Sure, I'm just gonna have you over here then.
Just keep it going.
Okay. You've turned the boat around.
I'm gonna turn over to Ada and Don Ash and just yell, "Really? Get out of here!"
So it is now the dragon eel's turn, and is in fact going to come up and attack you, Highland A. For 17.
No, I have my shield.
Yes.
All right.
Good girl.
It literally goes straight for the shield and doesn't really know what it's grabbing onto, and it's all the shininess and probably thought it was a fish. The tail is going to come up again and hit you as well. Hi, Lene. That is a natural 3, so it's most likely
So
not
it
going
went
to
high
hit.
back into the water.
Now, it splashes. You're watching it splash.
It does like a Shamu at
Yeah.
SeaWorld.
So if I held my action, I get to attack it, right?
Hold on. Let me see. Does the Tensor's Floating have any hit points?
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that it
So it
literally
hits it,
just gets batted around.
Yeah, it gets hit, and you watch this kind of just float off again. And as you're beginning to rogue away from it, the disc follows somewhat slowly.
Yeah, I think it keeps within 20 feet.
And since it popped out of the water, we get our attack.
Yes. So
Okay,
you're holding your action. It's now currently right in your face. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and attack,
It was also
and you can go ahead and attack. And you can go ahead and attack. Yes.
Okay,
So
well-
that's 3 attacks.
18.
18 to hit.
Yeah.
18 does hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and go ahead.
8 points.
8 points of Eldritch Blast damage.
Yeah.
20.
20 hits.
That was a crit, by the way.
20.
Oh.
That was a natural
Oh!
20.
Are you using your axe?
I'm using my mace.
Your mace, okay. Alright.
No.
Excited for that.
I'm afraid of what it'll do, so I left it on the boat.
It's currently piloting the boat.
Alright, so mace, I get 1d6 plus 4, and then I'm also going to expend. Can I expend a spell slot and cast Divine Smite?
You may.
Do that.
Yeah.
So
Get it.
Get out.
So go
Get
ahead
it.
and go
So,
and roll damage.
so that's 10 with the mace, and then Divine Smite. 2d8.
Yeah.
So
Smite
I can still do the
is
longboard
awesome.
despite it being so close.
And 11 for
Yeah,
the
you're
short.
within. You can move around the ship. I'm gonna say you're at least 5 feet away. That's small.
So it was 10 for the mace
10.
and then 11 for the Divine Smite.
That's pretty nice, Mike.
Damn paladins.
You watch her mace light up as she smacks down right on its head, and a blast of holy energy emanates.
Hit it on the nose!
Booped it on the snoot, right? And it's going to kind of stay in your grill, if you will.
Your grill, that is
Yeah.
the technical term.
How much damage?
12 altogether.
12 altogether.
Nice.
All right.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah, nice damage from that side
Yeah,
of the table.
seriously.
We get some good rolls tonight.
Seriously.
Finally.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a rough week, guys. Month.
Don Ash now is awake, and he's gonna see the desperate situation, and he's not gonna go into the water. Instead, he's going to help steer that boat. And Ada's going to roll hers as well. Bad rolls. So they
You bad rolls.
got their boat up to there right now.
They're having trouble like getting out of the parking spot. That's great.
And I'm gonna have your little dude roll. Natural 8. I'm gonna give him no bonuses. So he's gonna start rowing.
He can hold an oar.
Now, so here's the issue. I'm not gonna go ahead and give either side the attack of opportunity here because you're gonna be doing a lot of this, and that would be really unfair for it. First of all. And then you guys as well. So I'm not gonna. It's gonna be too complicated.
That's fair.
All right. That was Dragon Heel. Trixie.
I'm
You
gonna
see
do
it.
the
It's
same
it's
thing.
currently up now.
Oh, it is up. Then
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit it this time. Pew pew. 19.
Nice.
Nice.
That hits.
Yeah, 25. Alright. 8 damage again.
8 damage. All right. You're watching as all this is going on. As you're hitting with your bow and your mace. A little blast flies from way off in the distance. You're not entirely sure, but you can gather. You can surmise at least that now you know Trixie well enough that it's probably her. It is now Jingle's turn.
Okay, all
This
right.
thing is still currently up in Melanie's face.
Okay, all right. Do I happen to see a large floating cork off to the port bow?
I knew he planted it there.
What are you intending to do?
I would like to fling it at the eel's head.
So there are other planks of wood nearby. I'm going to, this right here. Boom.
There we go. Perfect. All right. Would you say it's about like 5 pounds? 5 pounds?
It's
10
about
pounds?
5 pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
5
All right.
pounds.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to catapult this thing.
Okay.
At the eel's
Go
head.
ahead and roll for it.
Okay. All
now,
right.
this is going to roll on the spell sludge again, right?
This is gonna roll. This is second level catapult, and that is a 14 plus 6 is 20.
20 hits, yeah.
Yes.
Roll
All
the
right.
damage.
So that is gonna be, I believe, a 3d8 plus 1d8. So that's gonna be 4d8, and
Whenever you look down, it looks more prominent. So it looks like you get angrier and angrier.
oh, all right. So 8 plus 13, 20. 24, 25 total
Nice.
damage to
Wow.
this bad boy.
Nice.
So this plank of wood barely goes right by your head and smacks it. It's actually kind of like reel a little bit because that hurt. I mean, that was
a big one. That was a big
was-
one.
That was a pretty big guy.
I mean, you guys are hitting it
Yeah.
pretty decently, no joke. But that one was just like one of those.
Okay.
It hit it like right in its eye, So it's just like it's probably seen a few stars there. Go ahead and roll for me.
All right. Well, hang on. Since you asked for it, now I will roll again.
You just
That is, I do kind of want it to happen. I like these things,
not on the boat.
but not on the boat. That's probably it was a 4. It was a
Okay.
4. So
He's a plant and he sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
it's fun when you don't want it to happen right then and there. Yeah.
Okay. Ada is going to.
That sounds good. Okay.
Let's see here. She's going to heal herself, actually. She's a little hurt. She's going to cast it at level 1. She rolled a 1. Plus 5. So
Sorry, we're not laughing at our companion.
Well, most of us aren't.
Most of us
Took
are. Yeah.
13. She's gaining 6. Because she's got crazy charisma, Okay. Yeah, Highlander.
Alright, is his face still right there?
Still, for the most part, there. You'd have to move in a little bit, but yeah.
Alright, well, I'm
it's
gonna
still-
move in a little bit in a minute. Try to
Okay, you're about 5 closer now.
So, natural one.
Natural 1.
Oh boy.
Roll for me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. You don't have your armor on though, right?
No, I don't. 10.
10. Okay. You're able to hold there. You're getting a little bit overzealous in your attack. You're watching all these things hit it, and it's kind of reeling back. It's just boom, 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 one thing after the other, and you're like, okay, but then it's just a hair too far away, and you go to swing down on it, and you still have your mace, but you almost fall in. You grab onto the boat really quickly, and it almost snaps right at you at that moment. You're still holding on. Amalthea, you're up.
Okay. I see it.
You see it. It's right there, yeah.
Kill it. Sorry.
I would like to.
But say kill it with fire.
Yeah, don't kill it with fire.
Is it like right next to me? Like, can I like go like?
You can fight in and get in there, yes.
Okay, so I might do my my 2 swords.
All right. You only get the one sword. Yes.
I do?
Yeah.
I thought I had 2.
I thought so too, but you guys are not level 5 yet.
Damn it!
But I thought on.
Can we bribe you?
Yes.
Make that
Daddy needs a new
your,
pair of shoes.
But I have 2 weapon fighting.
Yes. Here's what I was looking up, and the internet can correct me here, and I'm sure they will very, very shortly. But the 2-weapon fighting is so that it's set up when you do get or able to attack twice with both your weapons, you're able to get your bonuses on your left or your offhand, I should say,
Right.
rather than just getting nothing. Like Don Ash, when he hits with his offhand, his bonus action,
Yeah.
he doesn't get any of his bonuses. He gets all the bonuses on the one main hand, but the bonuses don't affect the other hand, his offhand, which we kind of flavor up like he's hitting with his knee or an elbow. He's not exactly hitting directly with his fist. So in your case, because you took 2-weapon fighting, you're able to add all those modifiers, your proficiency and your dexterity bonus, onto both weapons rather than just the main weapon.
Right.
But right now, currently, you have you don't have the second weapon to actually attack with. Now, I'm sure the internet is going to figure that out for me, and
You don't have more than one weapon with you?
she does.
Okay,
But
she
it's-
can use
it's-
your offhand. As
She
a
can
bonus
still,
action.
yeah, she can still use her
Oh,
offhand.
okay.
Correct.
Sorry, I was asking.
Right.
I do have 2 attacks.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like you don't have 2 attacks main and then an offhand. It's just,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
So I
We
can
left
still
a
go-
good old 1-2.
correct. Yeah, but not 2 and then the third.
No.
Yeah, you're good.
Shank.
So confused.
And again, the internet
She
would.
can officially do that, though.
Yeah.
Goodness.
What does it roll? I don't know. 16.
16 will
Is
hit.
it a 16
Just-
monster?
just
Yes.
hits.
Okay.
Yeah, we know.
So then
Now
I,
we know.
So then I can do 2 short swords.
What?
And then the extra damage for
The hunter's mark, correct?
And yeah, both of them get the hunter's mark.
Mhm.
Because hunter's mark is awesome.
10 plus 10
Damn!
Wow.
plus 6.
Jesus Christ!
My
Woman?
gosh.
16 total.
Yes?
Wait a second,
No,
you
that
said
was
10 plus
10
10,
10
right?
plus 10.
It was
Oh,
26.
26.
Yeah,
26. That is
God.
horrific
Did I kill it?
damage.
Did I kill it?
Not yet. Again, it's reeling back now. It's not so sure if it wants to really battle with you anymore.
Okay.
Yes,
This
that's
is
right,
actually
yeah,
currently on its turn.
I might not get a choice.
You see it kind of like move back now. It's gonna just fall back a little bit and let you guys go ahead. You see it kind of coil up again, and you hear the same sound,
Stay on
and that shock wave goes out.
Everyone, hold on.
Oh.
You still hear the person yelling out in the distance.
Is it a will?
Well, no, get out of
Kind
the
of.
water, you idiot!
Where's he gonna go?
The door! I don't know.
Which direction is that coming from?
Is that Jack number
way
3?
off
That's
yonder?
Jack 3.
It seems like it's about maybe 70 feet in the northern direction.
You guys, what should we do? We
Oh.
get that person, or should we just be like, oh, well, I guess
Let's get.
I think we should
I'm
get
with
back
you,
to the
but I don't
Get
feel like
to
we're
the-
gonna.
yeah, get to
because
the-
that's pretty far out there. I think the bigger ship should be.
Good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Say yes, good idea. I'm genius today.
All right.
I don't think
So,
we're gonna be able to do much in this
Good
little
ideas
boat.
today.
so
Like the
at
airplane,
this,
you have to save yourselves first.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
this point,
Yeah.
Don Ashes and Ada are going to go ahead and roll their row abilities. Well, Ada made up for Don Ash's poor roll, and they begun,
She's like, just give me your oar.
and they're rowing towards the boat there. It is now Trixie's turn. You still see it.
Hit it again.
Okay. Go ahead and
Consistency.
roll now, and at this point, you all watch a bolt fly, fired off from the ship itself as one of the harpoons in the
Yes.
ballistas. It hits.
It does hit, yes.
Actually, it's actually Ondo. Ondo. It's
No, it wasn't me.
Nizaruk's probably like aiming for him.
No, yeah, exactly. No, that's what's going on there. So now, it initially takes 3 turns to get the full thing going, right? Nizaruk is there helping him load and cranking it back and all that. It's taking him a little bit less time, so it's now like 2 rounds rather than the 3, but still. And they're going to call for another sailor soon.
It
However,
startled me. I roll a natural.
yeah, yeah, and it's a loud noise there, so I will give it to you. You're sorry. Okay, luckily you don't have to roll the table. 'Cause that would have been
Yeah, that
disadvantage.
would have been a big old backfire.
That's right. When you.
That's a guaranteed backfire.
Okay,
a little better than you were the other night.
let's see here.
You turn into a beluga whale.
Jingles, you're up.
All right.
You watch this bolt sink in.
Ooh. Okay. All right. I'm gonna use. No, that's probably a bad idea. All right. Yeah, that's probably a really bad
That's
idea.
exactly what you should do.
That's exactly what I should do. All right. I am going to. Oh my god! I don't actually know. Okay. I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna do another magic missile. I'm gonna do it first level this time.
Okay.
Another magic missile. So,
You don't want to save him for when it tries to run away.
well, I got a couple of these.
Oh, look
I got
at
a couple of
you.
these. That's why I switched to first level. All right. Oh, that's not good. That's that's terrible. Oh wait.
Hey, you have a dice tray to roll your dice. Someday it will work.
You know what else I have though? I have more D4s because that one is lost to the abyss.
And another mini dice tray.
And another mini dice tray. That's right. Yeah. See? Yeah. All right.
Just
That's not the one I was expecting.
So that is a total of 1 + 1 + 2 + 1. So 5 damage.
5 damage.
This is a big round for me.
Well done, Jingle.
Okay. 5
And you
damage
roll
from the
again?
magic missile.
But
And
you
I'll-
did some damage. So
Yeah,
that's
and
very-
I'll
that's
try
very
and
good.
look very intimidating at it from like midway
Ooh,
in the
roll an
boat.
intimidation check.
Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Did you get it?
Roll again.
That's the. Oh, that's right. Okay, hang on.
Remind me.
Yeah, nope, that's a 6.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for reminding me though, because it's gonna be.
Don't step on that D4 because it's
I
really
know
gonna
it's
hurt.
super sharp. By the way, those
They're
are metal.
like really.
They're actual caltrops,
they
yeah.
mean business.
Yeah. If you wondered where those rogue caltrops came from, D4s made out of metal.
So that's why I don't make them in this fashion. I don't want to get
Oh, that makes
sued.
sense.
That's
I was
smart.
Can you
wondering.
imagine?
That is smart.
I make them in the crystal form.
Yeah, that's
I'm
smart. Hey, the more you know.
Oh, also, I can't make them in that fashion. It's hard for me to forge them into that tetrahedral shape.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yep, not possible.
That's funny. All right.
Thus far, anyway. Okay. Tricks and Jingles. It is now Ada's turn. She's going to look back at it, and she's just going to kind of follow suit with the Eldritch Blast there and shoot one off her. So, come on, stop rolling, Jesus. No. Okay. I'm not gonna roll that one. So it shoots off in the distance. You see it kind of splash off into the water and miss again. She's going to help again with the rowing, and it is now Hannah's turn.
Okay, so is it retreating or is it?
It seems to be following you, although you are not within melee range.
Okay, well then I'm gonna hold my action and I'm just gonna park it there with my shield.
Okay, just hold your action for what? To
In
attack it?
case it tries to attack again,
Okay.
and then
Okay. Alrighty. Amalthea.
But I can see it well enough to shoot an
Yep.
arrow.
Yep. It's kind of like doing this little thing right now, and it's kind of
Right.
like.
I'm shoot the arrow into
Alrighty.
its face.
Shoots the arrow in the face.
21.
21
Damn.
hits.
Yes.
She shoots the arrow in the face.
I shoot
I give you guys a 16 AC monster, and you guys are hitting it no problem.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
20 is like the average damage. Jesus. Except
had
for
a-
yours. You kind of brought it down to it.
Wow, thanks, Gil.
One wasn't up there either, so.
just so you
Just
know,
wait.
you're dragging your
Someone's
average
down
down.
over here.
Someday I'm gonna get Meteor Swarm. Just you wait. Then I'm gonna show you guys.
I'll be prepared. No, no.
10.
10 damage total. All right. It's looking hurt. You know, it's not. You see all these different wounds on its head, and it's kind of bleeding out of him. Yet it's still pursuing you. It's angry. It doesn't it's an
Thing is-
animal, but
Tough.
huge too. Okay, it is now its turn. You watch as it begins to get closer towards you, but not quite up to you. It's going to do that one same thing again. It's going to kind of coil its body into it and itself, and then shockwave. You watch as your ship, the current ship that you're on, the little longboat, begin to kind of break and fracture.
No.
Little waters-
Mending.
Water begins to spring up.
Ah, crap.
Next turn, it is Trixie.
Ooh, I'm just same thing. I'm gonna hit it.
All right,
Okay, that is 23.
that hits.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Sorry.
Okay. Jingles, you're up.
Okay, I see the hole in the boat, and I know what this means. I've seen the movie Jaws. I am going to go over. Is there any way, with my arcane knowledge, that I would assume that I can start at least helping hold this boat together with mending?
Roll on a con check.
Okay, all right.
And I'll pause it for that moment, because that's going to be...
That is a natural 19 plus. That's a plus my int is +2 plus my proficiency, so 23.
Okay. You think that by doing a little bit of mending might help with one hole, but it's going to take a while to do this. So
It's okay.
one round, one hole, and you have about like 8 of them
All
right
right.
now.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mend one hole and I'm going to stick my finger in another one.
Okay. Roll a d20 for the hole.
Okay.
No modifier, just a d20. I want
Just
to
a
see.
D20,
I want
all
to
right. 15.
see. All right, and then go ahead and use this. It's a cantrip, right? It's a
Yeah, cantrip.
All right, I'm going to write down here. You have one finger in one hole. One is plugged.
Challenge accepted, Gil. Challenge accepted.
I imagine by the end it's going to be like goofying the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. It's, yeah.
All right. Helene.
Okay.
Oh.
No, Ada.
Ada's gonna do her thing. You go.
Okay.
It more matters for you.
I'm gonna go over and help the guy row.
Okay, make an athletics check
Okay.
with advantage.
Yeah.
Well, that was already 21.
Okay, you guys pull ahead, and you guys are now 30 feet from the boat.
Okay.
The Amalthea, you're up.
Can I?
Yep, and you have bardic inspiration currently. Ada gave it to you.
Oh, that's right.
So
Just right now.
So I will roll the d20, and if it's not good enough, then I'll add the.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's not enough because it's 12.
Perfect.
So what do I roll? The 8?
The D8, I think.
Yeah, double checking on how high a level is Ada.
Yeah. And I
Information
have-
for the wiki.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how high she is. I'm just going to give you the D.
With all that grass she's carrying around with her. Sorry.
I
Hippie
feel
joke.
like it was the 8 before last time we did it. But
I think it was 8 too, yeah. So
Yeah.
it is 8.
I know.
I'm sorry. So you still have the bardic inspiration.
I do still have
it's
an
D8.
inspiration. Okay, perfect.
My apologies. I
Okay.
totally forgot that I.
so I'm going to roll it.
So
5,
Yeah.
11 plus 6, 17.
17 to hit.
Hit. Yeah.
That will hit.
Perfect.
That's what you needed.
Oh man, so Ada officially gave you inspiration and it helped.
And she's helping Donna, so I'm like, at the moment she's in my good books. Okay, so I have 3 plus 4.
You're all alone.
It's fine, I hold grudge as well.
This is true.
11 plus 4 is 15
Yeah.
damage.
Nice damage, guys. Jeez. Throw you harder monsters.
I am amazed this thing is as tough
Is
as
it
it
still
is.
alive?
It is still alive.
Oh,
now
Jesus.
it looks beat up.
Yeah.
It looks like the end of Jaws where he's got like a bunch of harpoons and gunshots in it, but it's still up there. It's
All right.
just bleeding.
Does
and
anybody have a
He's still
barrel
alive.
of gunpowder?
Cody, how
Smile,
many
you
hit
son of a
points?
bitch.
Cody, how many hit points has this monster taken already?
Oh, I know. I have it right
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wanna
I'm
know.
very
I
curious.
want everyone to know.
We're trying to go around
Yeah.
you.
No. You're going to have disadvantage on your next roll. Don't you dare. All right.
Guys, we don't have time to waste.
Okay, so
That's a good point.
Highlander, it's your turn now. So it's.
No, I'm not being
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm out
Yeah.
there. And you already rolled, yeah. So my
Yeah.
bad. It's Trixie's turn.
Trixie's not very interesting in this battle. She's just going to keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hit.
Okay.
11.
Okay. Next up is Jingles.
Okay, alright.
On deck, you see them preparing the other ballista shot for the next roll.
Alright, so it looks like the mending helps. So I have,
Somewhat.
what, 6 more holes to go?
6 more holes to go.
All right.
And then
Not a lot of time.
I'd like to,
much.
yeah, I would like to mend again.
Okay,
Mend again,
third
one other
hole.
third hole. And then I would like to see if I can stuff the tip of my pointy-toed boot into a 4th hole.
roll another d20 right now. Hurry, 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 hurry.
Oh, that's an 8!
Okay. No modifiers. So you try to stick your foot in there, and you're watching the boat is kind of just separating the wooden planks themselves.
No.
The water's beginning to now carry flow into the boat. Not as fast because of your 2 mendings. You have 3 holes technically plugged up. So the boat is kind of like starting to fall apart, for lack of a better term.
Guys, hold the
How
edges!
close are we to Donash and Ada's boat?
You're about there. So that was Jingle's turn. Ada's gonna go and row.
How's their boat looking? Is it the same?
Their boat is kind of the same condition. It seems like, but they're only
Apart.
rowing. So I'm gonna give them roll.
How far is it?
Ooh, so they both roll the same thing. They're actually beginning to trail back behind. They're actually more focused now on the holes that are kind of sprung the leak and all that. They don't really know what to do. And Ada does have mending, but she's more focused with you guys currently, and less so than the condition of her boat. Okay, it is now Heinlei's turn once again.
God, the
were
water
rowing.
is just not my zone.
I know.
Alright, I'm gonna give it another go then. Get
Okay.
rolling.
Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Fire.
Advantage
No.
because of the 17 was the first one.
17 was the first one, and then the next one was 23.
Okay, you're fine. You guys you're now 10 feet away from the boat. You guys are. The other boat there is about 20 feet away. The eel is now caught up and there. You watch as the eel goes to attack not them, but the boat itself. It's gonna hit, and it's gonna do. Okay, it takes the full chunk of the boat off the back. The boat begins to kind of list in its spot. It is no longer moving, one. Also, the tail is going to attack
The boat?
Ada.
Oh.
And, because she's the closest one. Or, sorry, no, Donash.
Donash has a really good meat shield.
He doesn't have that many hit points.
I mean, he has kept
That
Ada
hits.
from taking damage.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Okay, that right there is enough to bring him down.
He's
Once
back
again.
down.
He falls unconscious once more.
Oh.
And it is...
Oh, boy.
It is Trixie's turn.
Now, who's controlling the ship? Is there anything I can do to try and help bring the big boat closer to the little boats?
They're already moving on.
Okay, so that's already
closer.
being
Yeah.
taken care of. Okay, then I am going to bonus action.
I'm just saying that it's now about 10 feet away. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bonus action hex on it, and then I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
11. It doesn't hit.
Okay. You watch as another bolt goes right into the side of this thing, and it reels up once more as it is dealt a nice chunk of change. That is actually not that bad. Not that great, rather. 11 points of
Yeah,
damage.
whose side are you on, Gil?
I want you all to die.
11 points of damage to it, and it reels back some more. It's actually starting to let both of the things kind of let go there. The boat is currently sinking. This boat is currently sinking. I no longer need that, as it is now begun to just kind of float there, and the back of the boat is gone. It is Jingles' turn.
Okay, alright. Nobody's in the water yet, right?
Correct.
Okay, alright. Can I roll a perception check and peek my head up from plugging all the holes in our boat? Can I peek my head up and look to see if there is any sort of barrel that looks like it might be filled with something volatile?
You look around. Let's see, within 30 feet of you, is that what or is it 60 feet?
Within 60 feet as far as catapult goes.
Okay, is that the one you're going to use? Is that what you're currently thinking about? Okay, no.
Not yet,
Well,
but
you have
that's part of the
1,
plan.
2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50 feet away, and it looks like it's got oil.
Okay, alright.
You know, if you've learned studying your spells, you would know that oil doesn't really burn for an explosive amount. It
That's
burns,
perfect.
but it doesn't give you a whole one.
Good. Okay, alright. I has an idea. Okay.
By the way,
alright.
that's literally why I put that there, just in case you questioned it. I'm
Decided
like,
to jaws it. Alright. So, I'd like to use my my last second level slot
Okay.
I would like to catapult the barrel of oil at this thing's head. Is it visible right now? Its head is above water?
It is, yeah.
Okay, alright. Then that is what I would like to do.
And just barely, actually. It's kind of letting its lower jaw soak a little bit of the shock and the pain that it's had to deal with it. It's got 2 giant bolts.
Natural 20.
Okay. Roll damage.
That is a shit ton of damage coming up. Are you ready for this?
Do you roll on your table for critical successes too?
Yes, I do. Actually, I do. I roll on the surge table for critical
You do.
successes.
Yeah.
So, all
This
right.
is gonna be fun.
That's going to be 5, 13.
Yeah. Rotate.
That's
so the camera
a-
can see the little barrel.
Wait a second.
It's a 10.
This is a D10. Never mind, scratch that. It's really difficult sometimes, guys.
But the D10 is the most unique one.
There we go. I got it.
They're all quite different.
All right. That's okay. So an 8, an 8, a 5. So that's 16, 21, and 23. And do you want me to double it, or do you want me to roll 4 more times?
Up to you. Normally you double the dice and you roll multiple times.
All right.
But it really doesn't matter.
23. Remember that number. 23. All
I
right.
gotta remember that.
So 2,
I normally like to
7.
roll it. I like the feel
think
of rolling
it's
it.
fun too,
Yeah.
yeah.
13, and 20. All right. So
40.
20 plus 43 plus 1 for spell surge. 44 damage.
Hey, roll on your table.
And I
Damage.
okay now.
better be dead.
All right.
Oh my god.
You didn't
It's
even get
so
to do your
dead.
super cool light
All
on
right,
fire.
and it is a for the table. It is a what is a double 0? Is that a
0.
100?
That's a 100.
Okay, all right. So it's a
No, it's got to be a 0 because 0 and 4.
It's got to be a
because you
1
can't do
0.
104.
So it's got to
No,
be a
it's it's
So it's just a 4. Right?
okay.
it's
All right,
14.
that's just a. Is it a 4? Or
no.
14?
So when
No.
the 0 comes up there, it becomes it's a 10 essentially. So it's 1 0. So
Okay.
the only time you can't get a 0.
But it's
You-
not 104.
No, it's not
Because
104.
it's 1 to 100, that counts as a 0 for this. So that's 0 4.
But that's the tens place.
That
yeah,
is the
but there's
10th
no
place.
tenths for.
Oh, so it is a
100.
4. Okay,
So it's
all
a
right.
4. It's just a 4.
Oh,
on
there
the
is no
table.
tens.
There is no
10 on
10.
that?
So that
There's
is
not
there is a
4.
there's a 10 and there's a 0.
Okay,
so this
okay,
one's
okay.
just the 0. So it is a
So
4.
it's 4. All right.
4.
You're okay then.
Okay.
Right?
No,
No,
that's-
because that's I crit, so it's an automatic on the table.
Ooh.
So that's a 4
But
on
you
the
roll
table.
on the
4 on the
crit
table.
There is no crit table. It's
Oh,
just
there's
the.
just the fail
this-
table.
It's
Okay.
just the table and the fail table.
The backfire.
I'm like,
He's gonna
nice.
get something. He's gonna be something. I don't know what. Something's gonna happen in Jingles.
Oh, this is so perfect.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You roll magic missile at a 5th level.
Oh shit!
This is so beyond perfect. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. That's
It's literally Jaws.
Oh my gosh!
Smile, you son of a bitch.
5th level?
Because let me tell you this. This is your moment.
9. And then 5th level, you said. Okay. All right. So remember 9.
Got it.
3, 4, 7, and 9. So 9 and 9 is 18 plus 19. So that's 19 from. Wait, that was just 3? No. Yeah, that was just. No, that was 5. Okay. So 19 from Magic Missile plus the 44 from the Catapult.
This is where you're currently at normal before the magic missile. Its HP is 230.
Oh my god.
So this magic missile right at the very end. So you got it.
You could have flicked it on the nose.
No. I'm saying the barrel got it down to 227.
Oh.
The magic missile.
Put it over.
Never mind.
Now you watch this.
Awesome.
Now oil doesn't explode normally, but given enough of a atomized environment, and it
Atomized
does.
environment.
Yeah.
I like it.
You watch this thing just become mist, and it sends chunks flying
I just got ready to
everywhere.
stand here with my shield.
Let's see how far it sends chunks flying.
I feel like Jingles is sitting there like, ah!
Yeah, 30 feet from where it's at. So you guys don't get it on the boat quite yet. The rest of you do though. You get to.
No, I don't, 'cause I'm under my shield.
Oh yeah, you see it happen. You're like, just raise it up,
Just
right?
like, nope.
And the thing just. it's smoking. It's still actually on fire. You watch as it goes underneath the water, and the area that it falls or that it sinks into has the top area just kind of catching flame from the oil.
I'm gonna look at my hands. Wow! I got it.
You did.
Oh,
you did
man.
indeed.
Oh man. Alright, well I'm
Fun.
Jingles, can you take my shield? I'm gonna go get those two.
Yeah. No. I'll try and hold on to the shield.
I'm gonna leave this here just because.
Know what we
It's
kill.
ominous looking.
There.
Alright, so
Oh.
I'm gonna jump into the water and swim over to these two and try to grab them.
You're in the water.
Okay, well then I'm gonna
There's no-
stay in the water and then I'm gonna go
You
get
know what I'm saying? You jump in the water?
Yeah.
Okay. You jump in the water. Your swim speed is, I believe it's half your normal movement, which is 30.
30, but I also have the feet dash.
Okay, you can dash. You can get there
Yeah.
with your full movement of dash and all that. Okay. You watch as Ada's about to administer again another.
She's still conscious.
Ada is fine.
Okay.
Dawn
Donna
is-
Oh, I
Ash
know, I
is down
thought
again.
she went down too. So.
No, just Donash. And you see her, you see Donash once again as, that was a cool roll. He gets back 12. 12 points of
Trying to
health.
show me how to roll my dice. I'm doing
Okay.
fine.
I'm doing very well.
You get over to there and you see that Donash is back again. Kind of clasping both your arm and Ada's arm too, and just ow.
Ada, are you okay to swim?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's. She just looks back at the now floating.
The sushi.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sushi. Shit. Let's head back. And she gets into the water again, kind of hoisting Donash over her shoulder.
Do you need any help?
I'll be fine. And she can see she's also a little worse for wear too, but they managed to
Well,
swim.
I'm gonna swim close to you just in case.
Okay, you guys get to the edge there, and the rope ladder falls down, and you guys climb aboard. The rest of you get your longboat hoisted up and pulled up by the pulleys. You can see Ondo is manning the rigging on that.
Yeah.
You guys get on board.
Jingles.
Once.
I'll just slap you on the shoulder. Nicely done.
Yeah, good job. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was kind of cool, wasn't it?
That was really fucking cool.
Pretty spectacular.
I always knew I had it in me. And I feel like Jingles is just going to kind of look off, kind of in disbelief at the little, like, patch of water.
That was just so cool.
That was
That was
very
Jaws.
that was literally this is like Adam's dream coming through Jingles right now.
Only
Only
possible.
with a shark.
Yeah, only possible with D&D.
Yeah. All right. You guys all get on board there, and you can see water's being passed out to most of you. Also, the gentleman that you guys grabbed on board there, he's just kind of like, just barely.
I'm gonna go sit by him.
He notices you, and so he kind of like, he's kind of hunched over, and he notices that someone's standing next to him, and there's other sailors kind of like patting his back, and oh, okay, kind of just making sure and all that. Ada's going to kind of walk around and administer some heals as she goes along. No one else was hit beyond herself and.
Yeah, I don't think none of us were hit.
I got like the gore
got the
ring,
kink.
but that was it.
Yeah.
All right.
My shield's probably looking pretty banged up.
Oh yeah, by the
little.
way, here you go. I was using it as a paddleboard.
That's some skill.
If it's made out of wood, if not,
We're
I was
not saying.
trying
We're
to
not
stay
gonna
afloat.
say.
It's a metal.
I am not a strong swimmer.
Okay. You guys get on board, all of you, and again, you're sitting down next to the gentleman there. It was just kind of like.
Do you need anything?
I'm gonna come over to enjoy you.
Kind of like wipe some blood off of his face. Not sure if it's his own or the eels. And just kind of like, I don't know right now.
Whereabout was your ship?
Well, he kind of like looks up again and it's nowhere now.
Where were you heading? What was your business? I don't see.
We were just a normal shipping ship. With some supplies and
At the very least, I think we should head over there to see if there's anyone else alive.
Oh,
he kind of points out to the giant debris field. No, that thing struck us and then eventually took our ship down.
I did hear a few other people scream.
Yes.
So.
You had at least one other
Oh.
person.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And was that... Sorry, I'm still recovering from everything. Was that the creature that did all of this?
Yes. It just came out in the middle of the night. It shocked us literally and then also figuratively. It tore a hole through the ship and within minutes everyone was just running away trying to fight for their own lives. It crawled in and ate one person after the other. There's nothing we could have done.
Yeah. Well, it's a good
I
thing
mean,
that...
I'm not going to say calm down, but there's nothing you could have done. There's literally nothing you could have done.
Am I the only one?
I don't know. I will talk to the captain to see if we can sail out there.
Captain is kind of hovering over you right now. As with a lot of the sailors are actually currently hovering over, you can see a few of the other sailors are grabbing some hooks and trying to grab a few of the floating crates that are kind of wandering
I thought
by.
you were going to say chunks.
Oh.
And seeing if it is a worthy of salvage. For the most part, they haven't really grabbed anything on board.
Well, we have two ships.
A little wet one.
So Captain Riley might need to possibly contact the Contessa to go out and see if there are any more survivors.
Oh, I mean, you're talking to Captain Riley?
Captain Riley, yeah.
Well, we're both currently underway on those types of efforts, yes. I imagine that it's very important that we try to see if there's any other survivors. Looking around, though, there's not a whole lot. You can hear a sailor kind of go, I got one, and you see a bunch of other sailors kind of rush over, and then they kind of just sigh and let's go the hook again.
And truth be told, if there's another one of these, I mean, maybe I could do all of that stuff that I just did again, but I wouldn't necessarily bank on it. It was really quite draining, if I have to be perfectly honest.
You mean another one of the steam monsters?
You know, truth be yes, if one of those guys popped up, I don't know if we would fare quite as well this time around. So, if
I don't know. It's kind of woke on my fighting spirits.
You
I'm
hear
ready
Camille
for
go,
another one
"Ooh."
if necessary. Yes, Camille.
I think while we did all certainly show this thing who's boss, I don't know how many. Do I know anything about dragon eels? At all?
You don't have your book on you, so
Yeah.
you may roll an intelligence check. I'll have you do that.
All right. Relatively intelligent, somewhat. This is a 16.
Is it a dragon? I mean, do I have like a dragon advantage? No, it's just called a dragon.
No, it's called the dragon eel just
He
because of
keeps
it.
teasing you with these things: dragon eels, dragon turtles, but they're not dragons.
No, dragon turtle.
Eels.
Dragon turtle is in fact a dragon.
Oh,
It's just an aquatic dragon. She was rolling with advantage on all of them.
gotcha. Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
The eel was more, not going by what the actual book says. In my lore, it's just of its sheer size.
It's a big-ass eel.
It has kind of like two little bony protrusions on either side that kind of give it that eel, dragon-like look, but it is just an eel, an overgrown eel with
A lot of hit
abilities.
points.
Yeah, a lot of hit points
Yeah.
and the ability to shock, and like a shockwave. So.
Out of curiosity, can you tell us how much damage that would have done to us if we were in the
Normally,
water?
Normally, this thing is a CR. What is it? I had it just here. A CR 12. It
Oh
normally
my
attaches.
god!
It normally attaches with a plus 12 to hit. I was having that for you guys.
So this is a baby.
Its hit points is in fact 230, but it does a lot more than that. If you were to hit it normally, you also get shocked. I've been reducing a lot of that because you guys you got raffle stomped by this thing. So I reduced it for this encounter. But who knows? Maybe if you encounter this thing later on, it may not be as easy.
We'll encounter Mama.
Right. I mean, I have the figure, right? So. Okay.
Alright, so yeah, if we want to look for more survivors, maybe, try and do it quickly, but then just in case it travels with a family.
All right. So the orders are given. The captain is going to go ahead and have everyone pretty much on watch duty now, just looking out, and everyone has their own little bill hooks that they're kind of swimming the waters with. With that, we're going to go take our break.
All right.
We'll return in about 10 minutes or so. And so I want to know, do we have a winner for the chat, Lydia?
For our awesome 10 subscribers.
Yeah.
Thank you again, guys. That was awesome.
Say that again. Okay. Looks like Toothpick 19 has won, so awesome.
19! Yeah!
Thank you again. Thank you again for the 10 subs, guys. That's awesome. We finally hit that. That's like cool.
Yeah.
And now we can actually get emotes.
I was going to say,
stuff.
now we're starting to work,
Yeah, we're going to work on other stuff. And again, as this channel grows, we're going to have more stuff to be given to you guys. So
I think we're going to keep setting those little milestones, right?
Yep. Milestones and such like that.
We have what?
Wow!
Well, that was going to be our next milestone.
That was going to be our next. Literally, stop hitting those milestones, guys.
No, you guys keep doing
Keep
it.
going. Keep doing it.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to decide this now. Even though I'm so behind. If we hit 20, when we hit 20, not tonight, but when we hit 20 subs, I will have a D20 up for raffle. Giveaway. So,
If you need help forging them, you just let me know.
No one knows. Literally, no one.
I'm a
knows
master forge smith, Gil.
You're right. I should have asked you long ago.
Phenomenal at lighting things on fire.
That's right.
All right, guys. So we'll see you back in a little
Awesome.
10 minutes or so. Stay active in chat just because. Why not?
Just because you're awesome. Okay. Toothpick 19. Congrats.
Toothpick 19. Thank you.
Ooh, man.
Thank you.
There was never any question as to whether or not Hylene Leodon would live her life in service to Athena, for Athena's will has shaped her family's destiny since ancient times. Her father is the only child of Ariadne Galanili, one of the most revered high priestesses in recent Atheni history. Being Ariadne's only known female descendant, it was assumed Hylene would follow in her footsteps and become a high priestess. But Athena, being all-knowing and wise, envisioned a different path for her. Hylene was summoned to the temple in her 100th year, and having no useful skills to bring to Calenduin, her childhood home, she accepted and entered the Atheni seminary. Sadly, her performance as a priestess in training was disappointing. It was not until Hylene met Shalia, a paladin in the Wise One's service, that she felt something stir in her, a deep feeling that this was the path she was supposed to travel. Though it was unprecedented for a Galanili descendant, Hylene broke with the seminary and apprenticed under Shalia for 10 years. Now she ventures into the world to impart Athena's wisdom, and to protect civilization from those who would seek to destroy it.
Ashes fell from the sky as the shrieks traveled on the breeze. Weeping children offered their still beating hearts to the drow boy and his warrior mother as their tears sizzled on the cinders at their feet. The city fell, embers filled the night, and Donash awoke. His eyes irritated him from beneath his blindfold, but to remove it would break his vow. The vision that woke him from his trance was as bright as the fires it had shone. It was time to end his self-imposed solitude. In an effort to atone for his sins, Donash shed the Underdark and his name to be reborn beneath the bright Tremahian sun. After the murder of his mother, a blinding rage overtook his mind and he tore his hometown asunder. For a century, he had exiled himself in the Waikatura Mountains to hone his mind and spirit to never fall to such rage again. It was the vision that showed him how selfish his exile had been. No matter how much control Donash had over his own spirit, others would fail to squelch their rage and the innocent would fall prey once again. So from that day on, Don Ash left the mountain and began traveling from town to town, sharing meals with strangers and reveling in the joys of their stories and humor. He left his brooding self behind in that cave and chose to liven up taverns with jests and song. Adapting to his new lifestyle well, he realized the true way of how to prevent those from making the same mistake he had made long ago, and that was to keep tankards raised high and everyone's spirits raised higher.
Amalthea should have had the world at her feet. Her mother was a purebred elf, a promising young woman of wealth and favor. But her mistake was to fall in love beneath her station. Her passionate night with a wandering ranger, a human, left her with child and spurned by society. She managed to keep the semblance of an ordinary life, but Amalthea quickly became the target of bullying, stares, whispers, and giggles anywhere she went. In response, she became an outcast, a thief, a creature of the night. But generations have a way of repeating themselves, and during a long night at her favorite tavern, a ranger, half-elven like herself, stole her heart at a glance. She left with him the next morning to learn the art of hunting and tracking, as well as the humbling experience of unrequited love. The night he finally became her lover, he was killed in a sudden attack by a dragon, and her life descended into darkness once again. Not knowing where to turn or what to do, rage and fire burning in her heart, she stumbled upon this motley crew.
Altricia the half-elf was born in a prominent house, to a high-born human mother and a nameless elven father, a blazing emblem of a shameful affair. But as with most noble scandals, the affair was quickly and quietly brushed under the rug, and the child was put into the care of the manor staff. With that, Tricia, the orphan, was born. Tricia's true origins were kept a secret from everyone, including her, and she was raised as a maidservant to the daughter of the estate, her half-sister Sharina. As the years passed, the two grew up side by side, never knowing the secret between them. That is, until one fateful day when, at her mother's deathbed, Sharina learned the secret of Tricia's birth. Sharina, stunned by the revelation and terrified of what it could mean for her, threw her half-sister out into the night. And it was there, on the cold streets of Masthead, that Trixie, the rogue, was born. Trixie had to learn to fend for herself from day one. As a young girl alone in the city, she didn't have the luxury of second chances. As she began to learn the tricks of the trade, she found that her slight frame, doe eyes, and darling smile lent themselves well to a less than lawful lifestyle. While she may not always follow the letter of the law, she will always do what she feels is right. Although, you might want to watch your coin purse.
Master of the Arcane and Bounty Hunter Extraordinaire, John Jingles is half sorcery, half sass, and entirely fabulous. At just over a year old, baby Jingles toddled his way out of the mystical forest and into the arms of the elves. They knew he was going to be trouble after a wave of his hand turned a set of priceless silk curtains into a side-tucked, slim-fit diaper with matching ascot. He blossomed into a confident, eccentric young man, and devilishly handsome, if I do say so myself. But John's gift for the arcane was truly extraordinary, eventually surpassing even that of the elves, and they bullied him relentlessly for it, until John finally found the courage to fight back. Which, long story short, got him kicked out of town and into a traveling acting troupe, where he spent his nights cold and hungry, wondering what his purpose was in this lonely world. But hey, I'm being a Debbie Downer. You don't want to hear about the sad bits. You want to hear about the fun stuff like catching bad guys and making money, right? Thought so. One day while performing, John saw a thief steal an old man's coin purse, and all at once, something in him awakened. In a flash, he leapt from the stage in hot pursuit, and after a dramatic chase through the city streets, John magically catapulted a watermelon right at the crook's head. With the bad guy caught, the crowd cheering, and a fat sack of reward money in hand, it suddenly became clear that our young adventurer had at long last found his calling. John fluffed his ascot, popped his collar, and set off to become the bedazzled bounty hunter hero Tremahia deserved.
Hey, welcome back from break. We are looking. The person who won is not there. So if
Gasp.
if they don't claim the prize by the end of the stream, it's going to go to someone else. So stay tuned. Be active in chat. Now you got to be active. Sorry,
Now
guys.
you got to do it.
That's
You have to speak for 2 hours. Type, I guess.
blah blah blah. No,
Just
but
type one.
again, because he's not back, we're gonna have to wait till the end of the stream.
Yeah.
But if at the end of the stream he's not there, it's gonna go to someone else. So, yeah, cool. All right. The gentleman is aboard now. He's a little hunched over. He's tired. The sun has, you can tell, he's got a lot of blisters, and he's been out on the ocean for a while now.
Okay, I am going to expend my last little bit of lay on of hands.
Okay. And how much are you going to get?
I think I've got 5 points.
5.
left,
Okay,
so
5.
that's
All
okay.
right. So he thanks you, and as you put your hand on his shoulder, and he holds his hand up to greet you. Thank you. I'm Tomas. I hope I'm not the last of my ship.
Tomas, you're welcome to my bunk in our quarters. Unless you want to stay out here for more of your crew members. But if you are looking pretty worse for the wear right now, so if you want to go rest, you are more than welcome to take my
You
spot.
can't begin to stand up. No, I'm getting up if I can. And he just kind of like, Ondo grabs him underneath the arm and just
And tosses
hoists him up. You know, kind of like grabbing him by the hand like this, you know. Hoists him up and he's able to kind of like, thanks, and he's, oh. He just notices the giant troll figure that's hoisting him up. You're very strong. He kind of motions over to the bow and he props him over there. And Ondo, you can see, is holding a larger spear because he's able to, and you see him kind of like prodding the waters, moving the mast, the sail canvas, and all that, poking at it to see if anything kind of has any feedback, any resistance, any kind of floating bodies or whatnot.
I'm gonna go help him too.
All right. Everyone who's doing that, go ahead and make a perception check. All right.
No.
5.
You're not anywhere. What?
No, I was gonna say I'm definitely not prodding anything in the water.
Okay.
I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Perception?
Yep.
17.
17. All right. You got 5.
Oh.
Amalthea, you, as Camille is next to you, and you're just kind of scanning the horizon there. You kind of see that a few of the sails are kind of like, oh, over there, you know, they're kind of pointing off or whatever. And Camille's kind of next to you, and just kind of rubbing her shoulder against your leg, and you kind of go to pat her. And as you look out into the distance, you see maybe another body. So you tell the next person, the sailor, I'm marking that, and he kind of like writes down really quickly a little note that says, you know, that one over there too. You know, thank you.
Number 4.
So the captain now he himself is actually piloting the ship now. You see him at the helm, along with the helmsman, and Ada is up there with the spyglass, using actually the captain's. The one has a nice naval battle on it.
Where is her spyglass?
Hers is actually on her.
Damn it.
His spyglass has a naval battle, like on. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, James, this is cool.
It's a
I'm gonna have to get some upgrades to this thing.
Actually, yours has a nice little motif on the side too. It's a little more colorful.
It's really pretty.
It's colorful, but yeah, it's actually pretty much just like that. It's got
It just needs a couple more extra little.
And perhaps not all the stained glass and beads at the front.
They don't notice that.
Talk to your doctor if the kaleidoscope is right for
It's
you.
a magical kaleidoscope.
That's right. Someday I'm gonna enchant it.
You have that ability to. I mean, not you necessarily, but
Somebody does.
Someone does.
Could do it.
That you're aware of anyway. Anyway, the captain kind of is getting a few notes from the other sails, kind of pointing off in the distance and whatnot. And you see him kind of steer in closer towards the one that you had mentioned. And you see ahead there is a like a white canvas kind of floating on, and every now and then you see a little like what looks like a tuft of hair, and then it kind of pops back down, and just the very top of maybe a head. And you get closer and closer, and then you do see, in fact, it is a body that is kind of just laying there. It doesn't appear to be bloated like the other bodies that you've found, so you're hopeful. They lower the lifeboat down just enough to drag this guy over and hoist him up, and he appears to be somewhat alive. Again, unconscious, and Ada goes up to him and begins to cast a healing word. Just sputters a bunch of salt water and just keeps going out.
Jingles rolls a constitution check.
If you want to. Or
I'm just going to avert my eyes.
You hear that and you're like, no. And you bring your
Yes.
your spyglass over to a different direction. The contestant now currently is a good 200 feet away from you, as they're kind of like doing a sweep. You know, they're doing a serpentine pattern. They're doing a sweep of the whole area. It's a large area now. You can kind of see where the main part of the ship is. It's just the bowsprit, and it's beyond listing. It's just the top of the ship, the tip of the ship, just kind of floating there.
And it seems like it's been a little bit of time since this is, yeah.
Where's the guy that's on our ship? Is he helping, or is he kind of hanging out?
He's kind of looking out, and actually he went on, the guy who you brought on board initially, Tomas, he hopped over to the lifeboat to kind of help his friend, yeah, and is kind of just sitting there patting him on the back, and they're hugging, and there's.
So I'm going to go over and I'm going to say, did you say this was the work of the sea creature, the eel, or was there another ship involved?
They both kind of nod.
Just the sea creature?
Yes. Okay.
Cool. At least we know exactly what we're dealing with.
And a few more, half an hour goes by, you don't see any other bodies. Well, you do see them, but they're either bloated somewhat or they're missing limbs. They're not really bleeding so much anymore, as they've just kind of been picked at by other fish.
Yeah, we don't want to save anyone with missing limbs. Too much trouble.
I like your style.
Let's assume they're all dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone can assume that they have been, to some extent, some kind of trauma where they probably wouldn't have survived that kind of blow. And where again, there are other fish in the sea. So, okay. 30 minutes more go by, and it seems like you guys are kind of clearing the debris field now. And there's a few sighs, but at the same time a little bit more a solemn feeling across the ship there, as no more bodies have been found. The other ship didn't find any. It seems like the majority of the damage or the area, they were kind of like skirting on the outside as you guys were kind of sweeping inside. Nothing else can be found.
Well, this is looking rather grim. It's our friend and his compatriot.
They're both on deck, and they're both kind of just like sitting there, kind of like, not really crying, but you can kind of tell they're just like they've been through it.
They seem to find some sort of comfort in each other, so I think that we should just leave them be.
You watch Benson, the ship's cook, come up with a plate of just some bread and some drink. Kind of hopefully help them get some kind of they're probably leaving, so he's got a little bit of food for them.
I approach Donash and I say, do you know anything that might comfort them? You could play.
Donash looks over to Ada and kind of just with a knowing wink and just begins to pick out the loot. And again, it's just kind of a song. It's nothing. It reaches to. It seems to kind of have like an ebb and flow kind of feel to it. Like the music kind of goes up a little bit in volume and kind of dips back down, almost like the waves crashing on beach or off the bow of the ship or something like that, where it's just an undulating kind of feel, and it doesn't seem to really move them so much as just they are aware of their plane, but the sailors around kind of they're doing their work on the ship, but they're keeping it quiet for the most part. They haven't moved from the spot they've kind of kneeled down on. So every now and then a sailor kind of go by and kind of just tap them and make sure they move on by. Benson is still there, kind of with them, just kind of every now and then, whenever they want something, they'll give them.
Trixie's just gonna keep her eye on the tube and make sure that nothing happens.
Ever trusting.
Yeah.
Do they have a blanket? Have they been like warmed up? Because I know they just got pulled out of the ocean and
they're dry enough. After about an hour and a half now, they seem to be not really caring too much. They've been out in the water. Nothing really is going to affect them at this point. They are their skin is cracked, and from all the salt water and the heat, the sun itself. But nothing really is like needs to be kind of taken care of. They have all their limbs. They're not really bleeding. So
Trixie's gonna go up to the captain and say, I don't want to rush any of us, but if there's nothing else we can find, the blood is probably going to attract more creatures, and I suggest we get out while we can.
Agreed. I want a full report from the two there.
Agreed.
And then he taps over to the helmsman, who now has taken control of the wheel, and he goes, let the other ship know that we're sailing at full mast. Copy that, Captain. And the captain will kind of tap you on the shoulder. As he begins to kind of turn away, he taps you and goes, do you have a moment?
Yes.
In my cabin, if you don't mind.
Sure.
He's going there. You watch as the first mate kind of follows him. She hasn't said a word to either of you, any of you, but you just get the feeling that she's just there for an added sense of security. Ada is really his right hand woman, but for the most part, she's just kind of there as an extra bonus.
Is she looks like she's going into the room?
She's not going to go into the room. She kind of she's actually just not even near the door. She's in front of the door, about maybe 10 feet, with her arms at ease position. Her arms are crossed behind her back, and just kind of just focusing, looking out ahead.
On her way out, Trixie's gonna catch Jingle's eye just so that Jingles knows
Make a perception
where
check.
I'm going. Try to.
As you're looking through your spyglass.
Yeah. It's a 14.
14. You catch. I mean, in your moving around, you're scanning the horizon. You're looking around to see if anyone really notices the fact that you actually.
That's
have
really what
a
I'm looking for
kaleidoscope.
more than anything else.
And then you kind of you're doing this, and you see Trixie just kind of go down into the captain's quarters. The helmsman is currently at the wheel. You see the first officer is in front of the captain's door, where his room is, and just kind of standing there.
I'm just gonna casually, just totally super cash. I'm just gonna make my way sort of in the general
Make a stealth.
direction.
Super cash.
Super good.
Natural 1. So
He is so incapable.
as you go walk towards the door, you actually trip on the two sailors that are kneeling down as you're kind of just and you fall down, and they begin to kind of like immediately go after you and pick you up like we're sorry.
No, it's I was just testing to make sure you guys were awake and paying attention.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
And they give you kind of a salute. They're like, Does he rank? It's like
That's right.
They don't really know what's going on. You have the flowing gown. And they kind of just they begin to kind of go back to their morning.
Yes, carry on, gentlemen. Proceed.
Okay, as you continue closer, the first officer there gives you an eyebrow as you get closer.
I'm just gonna turn and find an interesting spot on the wall.
Okay, there are
fascinating.
There are things on the wall itself, like near the captain's. He's got like a few, like not really picture frames, but like it's essentially a community board, if you will. There's a few things that are kind of pinned up and whatnot, and a few bets between the sailors going, hey, this is the current contract that we have. If this person catches X amount of fish, blah, blah, blah. But they all seem to be kind of old. There's a few letters to be, in case they die at sea, they just have it pinned up and whatnot. So stuff like that, and she knows when you're looking at it and just gives you a smile.
Fascinating.
Indeed, yeah.
And I'm just going to keep pretending to read, very, very interested.
Okay. All right.
I'll follow the captain into the quarters.
In the quarters there, you can see he's got actually he picks up a book off the desk.
Can I tell what book it is?
Make it in now. Well, okay, make a perception check because you're not close enough.
It's not good. It's a 6.
6. You can barely read the words prominent.
Okay.
And then the letter H.
How informative.
Prominent. Oh, sorry. Prominent N. The letter N.
Prominent N.
Okay.
And then his hand's kind of covering up the rest of it, and he puts
Tenacious D covered in.
prominent N.
Prominent N. Excellent.
Because it's a pack.
Love that.
All right, so
She's gonna remain quiet until he says
okay,
something.
the captain sits down and goes, "If you want, you're welcome to any of my
brandy. Brandy.
No, I'm all right. Thank you.
All right,
I think it's been exciting enough.
Yes, it has. And he looks out into the windows to the north. And he, so we'll do this way now. I have to keep.
My God, my God, man.
More math.
I don't even know which way is north in real life.
Story.
Just need your trusty compass.
That's my next
That's your
purchase.
next purchase, right? And you can enchant that thing.
That's right.
And it's going to give you advantage on perception check.
With my fake telescope, we're gonna be great.
Yep. He just he looks out there and yes, that was a very saddening ordeal. I didn't expect really to come upon anything like that.
No, but at least we were able to save 2.
At least, at the very least. Trixie, before I begin, know that this is not an interrogation. But he holds up the book now, and you see on the cover of it, it says Prominent Noble Houses of Haven. Now...
Of Haven?
Of Haven.
Is that where I'm from? I think I'm from...
You're currently part of
Castle
Masthead.
Barandu.
Barandu. So, it is.
Trixie knows all this, though.
Yes, so... Castle Barandu is right around here. This is the entirety of Haven. It kind of cuts off right at the forest there, and this is where Masthead is.
Okay.
So this is where you're normally from.
Yes.
But you're telling him that he was.
Yes.
He's
because we went to Masthead. Well, yeah.
Right. So you wanted to allude to him that you were from the prominent house of the Castle Barandu. Now, yes, your character knows this. Let me get out the other one. Because that one is.
Now. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Castle Barandu. Did I pass?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, perfect.
Oh, dude.
Castle Bottom. And then it's Haven.
Oh, okay. So it's
and then Masthead.
Haven. Okay.
That's such a pretty map.
Yeah, Haven
Devin Rue
encompasses.
on Twitter. Actually, does it
I think she's
Devin
got her.
Rue,
Yeah,
but,
she's got her little logo on there.
There we go. Hold on. I have it.
I was gonna
say it out. It's okay. It's there.
It's there. It's there. Okay.
But yes, Devin Rue made this wonderful map and aged it even. So you're currently saying that you were from Castle Bottom Zoo up there, and this is Masthead. So he pulls out the book and he looks at you. Recall. I feel like he's going to squawk. I heard him call you all bramblethorns as he left.
Sounds like an insult.
Bramblethorn is kind of an insult. It basically means.
Does it mean something in particular?
Thorn in the side. Basically,
okay.
just like you whippersnappers. Bramblethorns it's somewhat of a. It's not an entirely like derogatory term, but it's enough where we're like, well, okay, fine,
That was
whatever.
meddling, kids.
Kind of, pretty much,
Like
for the
old
most
man
part.
yelling at Cloud.
A little bit more harsher than that, but it's not as bad as someone just completely swearing someone off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Alright,
it's
that's fine. It could have been worse.
I mean, in some cases, it is a little bit worse. But for the realm that we're currently in, it just has a little bit of the connotation of. So he's going to continue.
It's not nice.
He said that on his way off the Firewind. No. That is the sound of someone who is not content with what he was told. I was in the room when you spoke to him about his deal, and, well, I'm not going to say that I didn't like it. However, we have to think about the trip ahead.
Repercussions, sure.
Yes. Now, he kind of looks at the book again and twists it a little bit, kind of like on the binding, if you will. It doesn't really spin very well, so he kind of has to catch it. I looked up. What did you say your last name was?
Cody.
Well, she has her own last name, but she doesn't.
Yeah, do I know anything about houses in
Make
Castle
an
Dungeon?
intelligence check.
Okay.
But this
Is it like intelligence or history? Not that matters.
Either
Intelligence
one.
is better.
Either
for me.
one.
Intelligence it is.
I think they're
They're the
they're
same.
both the same.
I think they should be the same.
Ooh, 21.
21.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice. Natural
So
18.
you know a few of the houses up in that region. Castle Barandu is actually not the last name. It's what the
Right.
original creator of this castle was.
I feel like a slightly smaller, lesser known.
Argentia would be the current household name there. Now,
Is there anyone smaller than a household name?
what do you mean? Like
Wait, you mean house? I'm looking for someone that's noble but not super well known.
so the Argentias are the one that are most well known. If you want to go for like a
I'm going for one that's not super well known but is there.
okay, House Devlin.
Devlin. I like that.
Devlin.
Devlin.
Devalin. So that would be, I guess, one of the other prominent houses. And he's going to ask you, your last. So what was your last name again?
Devlin?
So Altricia Devlin. He goes to open the book. Thumbs through a little bit. It seems like he kind of lost his place initially.
It's okay, we're both struggling.
Now I don't see your name.
How old is your book?
It's pretty recent. It's a shipwright's book.
May I see it?
Sure. He's holding it up to you. He's not handing it to you.
Yeah.
And he goes down the full list there.
It is
and you
very
see
recent.
it's got a full family tree, including the 2 newborns written on the very, very bottom.
Okay, I'm gonna try and memorize as many names as
Okay.
possible while looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah. Atta girl.
All right. Hello. I'm gonna pull from the giant list of NPCs because
I'm making you work for it.
Yeah. That's
my
ultimately
plan
what
all
you're doing.
along.
Yeah. Pre-generated names. I miss you so. Okay. So, now it's interesting that you're not listed on this. Is there a reason for that?
Actually, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Now again, this is not an interrogation.
I understand.
Ada was able to do a little bit of her work, and I actually kind of fumbled into it.
Seems to be a good researcher herself.
And she doesn't believe that you, whether or not your nobility is yet to be seen. However, I don't think, judging by what she has told me, that you are from Castle Barandu. However, I don't like her call.
That makes 2 of us.
And he's going to squawk. 90-10, he's going to squawk.
Somewhere outside Jingles. I knew it.
I'd like to know, well, for
What
one,
do you think he's going to squawk on, just out of curiosity?
he knows too much. He knows, well, Ada told me how you treated him. And he's kind of begins to chuckle.
It could have been better.
He begins to kind of chuckle now, not to say that wasn't called for. But the Duke is not going to look highly upon that. However, there is a condition out here on the seas that can make one lose their mind while being at sea for a long time. It is called tidal haze. And it makes it hard for oneself to recall details and information.
Where does this come from?
Well, it's an actual condition that happens on the open seas. In fact, our 2 sailors up there may be suffering from that. I've yet to really talk
I'm
with
sorry
them.
to hear that.
We're getting a full report from them, hopefully, as we speak. Now, Ada can help in this department with the power of suggestion. It can affect this guy's memory to a point. And hopefully
How long does it last?
a very long time. In fact, I believe it lasts 8 hours. Let me go ahead and actually look at the spell.
And
But I
will
believe it's
he
at the very least 8 hours.
recognize that it has occurred afterwards?
No. No. He will just have somewhat forgotten it. Yes, there it is. 8 hours.
Okay.
Now, with her ability, and I don't know much about it, we'll have to talk with her. She can alter, if there's any proceedings to be had, she can alter what he says.
Rendition.
Yeah. She can also alter to the point where there may not even be a proceeding. There may not be hearing whatsoever. There may not be any kind of mention to the Duke itself.
I, for one, am all for that. I will caution you that while my say goes first, some of my crew may have a problem with that. So if we move forward with this, that's between us, possibly. Some of the others prefer more truthfulness than others.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Well, I'm leaving this on
The table.
the table.
What would you like in exchange? What are you proposing?
Well, he looks back at the sword which is now mounted to the wall behind him. I don't really care for this trinket, and in fact, it kind of smells. I do have
She'll laugh.
I am more persuaded by the jingle of coin.
What?
You don't hear jingles.
Oh,
The jingle of the coin.
Okay.
And he's going to mention that, you had the... there it is. The 240 that was given to you, which I believe is in your care currently, somewhere in your quarters.
Yes.
It is. Yeah. You, Helen, where are you currently?
I'm up on deck.
Up on deck. Okay. Make a perception check.
12.
12. You hear what sounds like an owl below deck. Just off into the far distance.
Below deck?
Below
You're
deck.
not tattletaling on me.
Okay. And I'm gonna
Below deck.
Below deck.
Below deck. So there is a staircase that goes down, right?
Okay.
It's coming from that area. It's
Okay. So then
the
I'm
captain's
gonna
quarters are on the same deck as you're on currently. It's just in the back. He has the elevated platform where the helm is currently above.
and follow it.
Okay. You follow it, and then you hear again another down the hall.
Okay. I'll follow.
Okay. It seems to stop right at Trixie's her door, her personal private door. Amalthea, where are you currently?
I'm up on deck.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for something just because, just to see if you see.
Yes, I'm
You
curious.
see it or not.
9.
Okay, you don't see Helene move down below deck. But you stop right there in front of Casey's door.
I'm very confused. So I nod.
No answer. And you hear a little footsteps behind the door. And then a little like a...
Muggsy?
Muggsy? Can I try to open the door?
You can try to open the door.
Can I try to open the door?
It's open. It's
Oh,
unlocked.
okay.
You open the door. You see... Go ahead and roll a perception. With advantage.
With advantage. What's in my room? Would be 16.
Okay. You see an owl's feather on top of the chest that is harboring the 240 gold. That is your portion of the half of the amount. And you're thinking back to when you had the theognosis.
Okay. So I'm gonna go kind of into my prayer mode here.
Okay.
And I am going to perform augury.
Augury. Wheeler Woe.
Whale or Woe.
And
I can do the whale and whale, right?
you can.
Then I'm gonna do that option.
Okay.
Yeah, girl.
You sit there and you're looking at the owls. Actually, in fact, maybe you grab it and you put it close to you as well as you hold onto your holy symbol of Athena. Close your eyes and you think and you meditate on it. And you ask. And the answer that you get back is that for whatever reason, perhaps we should let the gold go. And the woe, that's more, actually, in and of itself, that is both wheel and woe. And that is the feeling that you get currently. And you're not entirely sure what that means. You don't know how to connect the dots, if you will.
So I'm gonna leave Trixie's room with the feather.
Muggsy kind of like begins to kind of follow you.
You will not take him from me.
You took it from me.
Yes, I did. Sleight of hand.
Wait, what else did you take?
And I didn't see Trixie leave with the captain at all. I don't think I did a perception check on that. Okay. Where is the captain's room in relation to Trixie's room?
It's okay, so you have to go onto the normal deck where everyone else is, and it's in the very, very back.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go back up to the deck with my feather and contemplate what.
Okay. You head back up there, and so on your way up, you see Jingles kind of like, huh, that is really interesting over at the wall there.
Fascinating.
As the first mate is currently just kind of watching him, looking at him, kind of waiting for something to happen.
Okay, I'm gonna mosey over to Jingles then. And just.
She keeps looking at me.
Well, you're a fascinating guy.
Well,
I mean,
yeah. Okay, wait a second.
Up and says, that's because he keeps saying fascinating. And it's driving me up the wall.
Jingles is gonna stop talking.
So, why this hallway, I guess?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to do a little bit more exploration of the ship, and I stumbled upon this fancy little board with all these little wagers and what looks to be wills in case anyone dies at sea. It's a little morbid, but that's okay.
Well, I mean,
and then of course
and
then of course I saw Ada, and I felt very welcomed and at home.
Ada's not there.
I was gonna say no.
Never mind, I didn't.
The first
mate. Sorry,
Yeah,
first mate. First mate. I saw the first mate, and I felt, very, very welcomed and at home. By the way, first mate, have you happened to see a Lady Altricia?
You saw me go in, didn't you?
I mean,
No.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Currently, the Lady Altricia is in the quarters with the captain, speaking on a new deal. That's what the captain told me anyway.
Fancy that.
Yes,
What are the
fancy
odds? Hi, Lene, what are you doing down here?
Before you even think on it, do not. This is a private meeting.
I would never dream of such a thing, obviously.
Very welcome. I am going to go back up to the deck, Jingles, if you care to join me.
Just one last fascinating, and then I'll make my way up.
She's finally assigned. Gone. Back in the captain's quarters, he's gonna...
Trixie is going to kind of think on what he said for a minute, maybe even pull out a gold coin and like flip it between her fingers, kind of contemplating.
You gotta learn how to do that. That would be awesome.
I'll work on it. I can't
Now,
do that.
he stands up and goes to the sword and kind of like... It's on there pretty tight. Ada's the one who actually like nailed it in, and he looks back at you and just goes... and the nails come kind of flying out. He grabs it and puts it on the table there.
Picture of grace.
Well, again, think on it.
What kind of deal are you proposing? We have 240 left, but I
That's
believe
right. And then I'm willing to give you this sword as
an exchange
an act of good faith if you go along with the plan. Ada's going to help you. Again, I don't have any need for trinkets. I have my own rapier on my side, and it's burnished bright. You don't need another one.
Trixie will hold out her hand to make the deal.
All right.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
He shakes and goes, "You sure don't want some brandy?"
Take it.
He's going to stand up and...
She's going to contemplate for a minute, and...
He's already pouring himself one.
Okay, then she'll take a little bit too.
All right. He
So
hands
a
you the one that
well-made deal for a well-made
Right.
deal.
He goes and... Kink.
One last thing.
Yes.
As part of the deal, if we ever decide that we feel comfortable going back to gather the rest of the treasure, can we count on you?
I'm one for adventure.
Okay.
Damn it, he likes you better.
The captain's actually going to remain there and kind of he just motions to the door.
Yeah,
Does
she'll
not really say anything.
finish her drink and then...
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
You now, both of you who are kind of standing outside, have moved a little bit away.
We're like
but,
around the corner.
Yeah, you hear the door
What
open.
do you think they're talking about?
Now you hear the door open, and then slam again. And you see the first mate kind of looks back at you and kind of allows you to go forward.
Nod.
And he's going to still stay there, kind of at attention, looking forward.
Can I listen for the footsteps?
Yep. Go ahead and roll perception.
All right. It's 6.
There's a lot of foot traffic up on deck as it is, and by the time you're like, maybe that's them, they're already there in your face.
Oh, hello.
Lady Altricia.
Hello. Were you guys waiting for me?
Oh, no, not at all. We were just in the vicinity.
Oh, lovely. And then, is the first mate walking with us?
No, the first mate is
okay.
currently still at her station in front of the captain's door, about
Okay.
maybe 15 feet away.
Then she's gonna, Trixie's gonna nod her head to kind of bring him along out of earshot.
Okay.
So, what were you guys talking about?
I made a deal. The captain didn't want the sword anymore because it's smelly. So maybe you could take care of that. So I traded our remaining gold for the sword because the sword is worth more, I
How
believe.
much remaining gold did we have again?
240.
And the sword was worth?
500.
Excellent. Good deal. That's my girl.
And I don't know exactly how, but he said that Recall will be safe, but that he will help us in any trouble we may come across. And that he thinks that he can help in ensuring Recall not being a problem to us.
How does he propose on doing that?
He didn't give me a lot of information, but it seemed to work in our favor, so I didn't ask.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
Don't trust her.
Why would you not trust me?
That's a 19.
Oh, what do I roll? Deception?
Deception. Try to roll higher.
Natural 20.
Oh, son of a... I'm gonna just look deep into her eye. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you just can't can't read her. It's
Can
just
I do,
cannot
Can I do an insight check?
on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
you-
the record, my deception is also +6, so it's a 26.
26.
All right.
Can you even
Ask
reach
Athena.
that
Ask
with?
Athena.
No, I
help.
wouldn't be able to.
Ask
Yeah.
Athena.
You can. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say what you can do because that's on your own. Okay. Do you think that for the most part she doesn't really know how it's gonna happen, but hopefully somehow it's gonna work out?
I'm suspicious. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah. But if he says it's gonna work, then I feel like at the very least he's
We can't be put
giving
in a
us
worse
an-
position than we are already in.
exactly. Yeah, he's
As
giving
long as
us.
he's not proposing bodily harm to Raquel.
No, I did
Whatever his name
ensure
is.
that, and he
Okay.
said that no harm would come to Raquel.
It's a little part of me that's saddened, but mostly it's a good thing.
Understood. Look, I
Uh-huh.
have no love for him. He owns slaves, and that to me is disgusting. And if he fell off a cliff, I'd be perfectly fine with that. However, killing him or harming him in any ways.
You did plenty of harm to him already. I think
This
we're
is very
even.
true. We all witnessed.
You stuffed a sash in his mouth for a long time.
How dirty do you think the sash was? Look at
Wasn't
me.
it a
It
sock?
was a
I'm
sock
sorry,
and
a
it was
sock.
disgusting.
Oh, sorry about that.
It was a
Yes.
sock.
It was
Okay.
a used
Dungeon
sock.
Master
You're
remembers,
talking
and therefore
about-
Raquel
I
remembers.
think I blocked
Fair
that
enough.
out.
Perhaps it was a sock. It could have been worse. Is all I'm saying.
Anyways,
I'm gonna.
and yeah, we'll continue.
The captain, if you're kind of just around like the area, or whatever, you see the captain kind of move out and move away from his door, and he's kind of looking for you. And he like kind of sprints up to you and sees that you two are there. Doesn't really
Fascinating.
out in the.
Pointing at the ocean right now.
Whatever's to the left.
Are you guys all back up on deck?
Yeah, they're all back there, and now
Yes.
you see them all kind of gather in one
Maybe
area.
I'll mosey
Okay.
over there
It's
and
just
see
Dawn
what's
Ash.
I'll
going
fill you in later.
Fascinating.
He's like,
The, as you kind of walk towards the group there, the captain's actually going to address you all. Donash would probably make his way over there too, and he goes, once we near shore, we should probably get enough distance ahead to maybe help that situation.
I would agree.
The ship is capable of outrunning the other one. Trust me, we'll get there.
And if need be, I have means of distraction. Not that I'm privy to any
Just
of
as
this
a
plan.
human being.
You're just gonna shake your coat.
Do I have to do more?
Look at me.
You see him holding the bottle of brandy, and all right, well, anyway, he goes back into his quarters and closes the door. And the first mate just
Son of a bitch, he didn't even share.
Hi, would you mind? Do you know where the gold is? Who took the gold? I guess the chest, since she knew, or did I take it?
It's in your quarters. So
Okay, I know
at
this.
some
I'll
point
look at
when
it.
you guys had partitioned the gold and all that and set the actual value, you would have been given a chest of
Okay.
that value.
Then I'm gonna go get the chest to go ahead and complete the deal before we reach.
Okay. All right. Cool. You grab your chest.
I was just going to ask what was going on.
Oh.
Are you following me, or is it with everyone around?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys head back down. Camille's gonna follow you too. Don Ash is gonna also just kind of because he's curious. He wants to be filled in.
Okay.
And they're all by you.
Then I'm going to say essentially the same thing, which is that the captain, after some second thought, decided that he did not like the sword as much as he thought, so I traded the sword for our remaining 240 gold. But since the sword is worth 500 gold, I figured it was a good deal, and he also assured us that he would assist as he could in helping with the Raquel problem and making sure that that does not come back to bite us in the butt.
And how is he going to do that?
Insight
No,
check.
I was gonna say he's good. Don Ash is good buddies with Ada, so I'm actually gonna fess up and say he did not give me all the details, but I believe there will be some magic involved in convincing.
Don Ash will actually say,
Raquel.
"Oh, Ada."
Yeah. Roll my eyes. And then
Anyway, I'm not overly worried about him anyways.
I'm not.
And
very
I'm not worried.
concerned,
I'm not
but-
overly worried about what we tell the Duke. Because at the end of the day, it was we made a deal with a captain, not with a Duke.
And we saved lives, and we all came out ahead. So I'm with you, but the deal was a good one. We made out better than we would have otherwise, and a little extra help can't hurt us. But I'm with you.
That's
I
good
think we'll be fine.
With that, you
And then I'll take the gold back.
take the gold back. to the captain. He looks it over, and he doesn't really like. He more trusts you than anything else. He just
That's nice. That's fair.
he just closes it and he opens it and closes it again. Doesn't count it. Pops it on the desk there and takes a sword, which is currently still on the table. Hands it to you, and he goes to kind of smell it a little bit once that. Yeah.
Trixie's gonna make a face.
It's got that weird it's like a very used baseball glove, very sweaty. It's got that weird aroma.
I know, yeah.
Rose, sorry, I'm getting the Febreze ready.
But it's a scimitar sort of
yes,
blade.
yes. So
I am going to toss it and catch the blade and hold it out to you. Would you like this? I believe you are the most equipped to handle a scimitar out of us.
Thank you very much.
If you could use an extra magical weapon.
Before,
I'm sorry, you said you didn't want it.
I don't want it. I want to handle it, and I would like to.
Okay, you may fondle it, but if you want.
I'd like to
not smell?
prestidigitate and Febreze the crap out of this sword.
Thank you, Jingles.
Of course, my dear.
Yes.
all right, Amalthea, you are handed the sword.
Thank you.
And if it ever,
If we do have to prove to the Duke that we ever saved Rakal's life, or kind of prove that we did in fact come across the pirates and beat them, that might be our best bet.
All right, you guys are called for dinner that night, and the special is no longer crab,
oh, thank God.
and
It's
instead
like 5-day-old
actually-
crab.
It's not dragon eel either. It is just a regular fish that was caught earlier in the day with a few of the nets, and you have a decent meal. And for the night, you take a rest.
Oh, thank God.
All of you heal your hit points.
Long rest.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And finally, the 5th day arrives, and a lot of these sailors are already eager. The two sailors from above are now moved into the galley, and they're kind of just stationed there for the most part. They're just kind of passing off stories between each other.
Can I try and find some alone time with Ada before we hit?
Sure. Ada is currently out on deck, looking out with her eyeglass or spyglass, and she's going to try to scanning the horizon.
Is there anyone else near her?
Currently no.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to her, and without looking at her, I'm just gonna stand side by side like I'm looking out too, and say, so the Duke filled me in that you may be able to help us and that you would be willing to do so, but I'd like to get our stories straight. What exactly are you going to be suggesting?
Well, with my power, I can alter the Duke's movements and basically...
The Duke?
I'm sorry, the
Just making sure we're on the same page.
And the Dukes, to be honest, I could if it goes to that level. I hope it doesn't.
I hope it doesn't as well. I think we'll be fine.
I can have him basically act the fool, and would discredit him if he ever does recall the information later on. The ability only lasts 8 hours.
So we need to make sure to take care of whatever we're going to take care of within 8 hours. Confront the Duke and make sure that Raquel tells his story within that time.
Correct. So it is imperative that we try to reach ahead. I'm waiting for any sign of the shore, and we're going to go full sails and just race him, basically. The Admiral may not like it because Raquel is technically ordering him around. However, I think that'll be a minor setback. The captain, the admiral, are pretty close friends. I don't think there's going to be any kind of issue there. To be honest, once we fill him in, he'll probably be on our side. The only real issue is Raquel himself. I hope he doesn't. Well, I hope he doesn't have to. I don't know what he's capable of. He himself can do lots of crazy things, but he's more of the enchanter than the practitioner of powerful spells.
I've seen him do some things myself, but I'm hoping he does remember we did save his life. So hopefully that will be on our side, but we'll see.
Yes, for that reason alone, he should not Well, I just worry about the way you're treating him.
That's a minor setback. Yes.
Sure. I wouldn't forget something like that. So,
Yes.
again, if I'm able to have him act a fool,
I think we
charm him, if you will.
would all appreciate the assistance. I think we
It
appreciate the
matters. As soon as he gets on shore, that's when it begins.
Correct.
Because everyone needs to see him.
We will act quickly.
Okay.
But we need to make sure that he follows us quickly as well then, but that we arrive before. So this is going to be slightly tricky with the timing, but I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Sure.
Distraction! Thank you, Ada. And then Trixie will
Thank you.
continue to look up and
Yeah.
walk up.
Please continue to look on there. Eventually, actually, Ada's not the one who catches the land. As the guy in the crow's nest immediately says, "Land ho!" And all the spyglasses come out, and sure enough, they all seem to be just a sigh of relief goes across the bow, or the whole deck of the ship. As finally they are able to, hopefully soon enough, make landfall. And the sails begin to luft in the wind, and they catch the wind and begin to move ever so slightly faster than the Quintessa. And you can hear a bunch of the sailors on the Quintessa begin to bark at the Firewind, the ship that you're currently on, and you guys sail on and sail on, and that's where we're gonna end.
Yeah.
Wow.
As you guys are making headway. We're not quite there. It's still good. It's going to be a
almost
race.
there.
It's going to be a race, but you're probably going to be more than fine.
All right. So
We're
wait a
so
second.
ready to talk to the Duke.
And am I to understand that next week we will be starting in the port of Quintessa?
Give or take.
Excellent. That's all I needed to know.
All right. So, do we have the guy? Did he answer back in chat?
Oh yeah, toothpick 19.
Alrighty, we're going to roll, guys. Go ahead. If you're active in chat, hopefully you've gotten part of the message. Or, excuse me, at break. Second chances. Yep. So we'll see. Say it again.
Skunk
City.
Damn.
Say it again.
Wow.
All right, Skunk City. Skunk City. That's your current name. Skunk City. Hey, congratulations! You won
Congrats,
the
dude.
code for. Go ahead and message TT Admin, and hopefully she can message you back to get all the info that we need to send you the coupon code for Mats by Mars. It's a $20 coupon code. It'll take $20 off your full order, or you can go ahead and have that go towards. And I can't reach it. The 2x2 mat, which we currently use here on the stream. So, congrats again, Skunk City, for being in chat, participating, and again, thank you all for the subs tonight. I don't know where we're at. I think we're like maybe we hit 11 subs.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. We're just a small independent channel run by literally everyone you see here, and there's three downstairs, I should say.
Two and a half
downstairs. So again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for tuning in and joining our crazy adventure that we do once a week. So next week we'll start at 5:30. Hopefully you guys will join us then, and hopefully we'll have a few things available for you guys to have in chat and use as emoticons and whatnot, as subscriber emotes too, or badges, if you will. So see you guys next week.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Good night.